In disguises no one knows, hides the face, lies the snake. In the sun, in my disgrace, boiling heat, summer stench. Neath the black, the sky looks dead. Call my name through the cream, and I'll hear you scream again. Black hole sun, won't you come? Wash away the rain. Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come? Stuttering, cold and damp, steal the warm wind, tired friend. Times are gone for honest men, and sometimes far too long for snakes in my shoes.
What the fuck is going on? Feeling? How are you all living, man? Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. It is a beautiful day. Don't forget about this. I forgot I still have this, man. I forgot about the bell. I forgot about the bell. I forgot about the bell, man. Welcome back. Do you rent your suits? What do you think this is, man? I told you, I said one day I woke up, I decided I was going to wear a suit every day. And I said the one thing I can promise you about my suits is you will never see me wear the same suit twice. I made a promise and I stuck to it, okay? There will be no further commentary on this matter, and please don't ask me about it again. Welcome back to the stream. It is so good to see your beautiful faces with me here. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitter and you'd like to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. What's good, Cyrus? And famous PumpFun trader Cyrus, my goat, rip my bags. And let's go, man. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to get into. I am fairly surprised, I guess, that the stock market is moving the way it's moving. I don't know. Maybe I'm just used to trading crypto and only crypto. And usually when you get some crazy washout event, nothing happens for months. Maybe that's just washout event or no washout event. And that's just what happens in crypto. But we have had some crazy movements over the past 48 hours. And we're going to do a segment today, pre-market, where we go over the Leopold index. Because, man, I don't care how disciplined he is, how in tune with his feelings and his emotions he is, how dialed and professional he is. Man, to watch Nebius go up 34% in one day when you own 5% of the company and you sold the Pico bottom, that hurts, man. I don't know what else to say. I mean, that's just gotta hurt. It's gotta. There's no way to cut that. That did not. It's up 34.14%. We call it a Leopold stock, bro. Bloom Energy yesterday is up 13%. It's a Leopold stock. Shaw's, this shit hurts me. It's $70. $70 on Shaw's. It fucking hurts me. But look, we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to get into. I have some intro stuff I want to hit, a couple cultural things. There's some shady business and some conspiracy theories about the Lakers acquisition. Very interesting. SpaceX is ripping. Frank Degod is on a crash out right now, calling out all the plumbers and unks. Flow horse adjacent characters on the timeline. Robotics is hot. There's a million things going on. Michael Burry's losing his mind right now. We got a lot to talk about. We have a lot to get into. I want to start. Everybody, do me a favor right now and say happy birthday to my incredible mother. Tell my mom in the chat right now, happy birthday. Tell her happy birthday. Tell her happy birthday. Tell her happy birthday right now. Do it, 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 do it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. First chatter. Damn, shout out to Daniel. First chatter for that is awesome. Yes, tell her happy birthday. Tell her you love her. Thank you, 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 thank you. Thank you. How old is your mom? Brother, never ask a woman her age. Never ask a woman her weight. And never ask Kimchi what wallet he made $40 million on, man. Come on. Come on, man. We know this. We know this. We know this. We know this. All right, let's go. Let's just get into it. I got a lot I want to talk about. I have a lot I want to get into. On the back half of that, let's also do a little roll call. Let's get it out of the way. Let's get it out of the way. Crypto Degen, what's good? Cyrus, what's good? Tingle, Wavy, Swindler, what's good? Mom, hi mom. Andrew Barks, what's good? Tom, what's good? Malcolm, what's good? Bell, what's good? Tyler, what's good? Kenyon, what is good? Kudo, what's good? Viblet, Pipe Bomb, George, J. Byard, what is good? Caleb, what is good? Crypto Degen Life 69. It's Brian MFer. Cred Trading. Is that cred or just like fake cred? Zaru, what's good? Screwy Louie. What is good? It's Brian MFer. What is good? Wax City. What is good? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. If you're watching on YouTube, Twitter, you want to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. And let's get yo Threadguy. We got kimchi wallets. Do you actually? Whoa. Really? What can I use? Cielo maybe? I don't know if I have an account anymore. Cielo wallet tracking. I don't even know what to use anymore for this. I'm so washed. Connect. Let's see. What should I even use? All right, we'll do this later. We'll come back to this. We'll come back. Damn, I had like an era where I wanted to be a wallet track, like a sleuth so bad, and it just didn't. You know, I was okay. I was decent. There was like a moment where I was decent, but I got Arkham, I guess. I got so washed on it. Let's see. I gotta like sign up, log. We'll come back to this. We'll come back to this. We'll go. Whoa, this wallet's made a lot of money. Holy fuck! So I was up 24 M's. My God, that top tick is $24 million in this wallet. Wow, that's disgusting. That is really disgusting. Okay, I had this thought last night. I was laying down in bed and I was thinking about this, and I was thinking about efficient market theory. Okay, and how it just can never be true. And I was thinking about 10-10. Okay, which I guess I've been doing a lot recently. I was thinking about, yeah, as flow trader Chads do. I was thinking about 10-10. You know what's so crazy about 10-10 and why markets can never be efficient is that we had arguably the singular craziest washout event in crypto, definitely since FTX. And in a lot of ways, you could argue it was one of the worst washouts in crypto ever because there was no real clear explanation as to what had happened. It was just like full-blown industry-wide capitulation. And the craziest thing about post 10-10 on Bitcoin is, first of all, I was bullish. I'm just going to come out and I'm going to say that. I was bullish. I don't think COVID was worse. You know, people try to pretend like the COVID dip was that bad, but it gave you a V. If you were a good trader, I think I wasn't trading back then, so who knows what I would have done during the COVID dip. But they V'd it back. Brother, it was awful. Fuck. Bro, they V-shaped that thing back to euphoria right away, though. COVID dip, we thought that shit was going to zero. I wasn't trading. I'll be honest, I wasn't trading. All I had was, I didn't even have NBA Top Shot. COVID is, what's the date on the COVID dip? Maybe I'm wrong about this. COVID is like, is it this? Yeah, right here. Oh, God. I had, no, I didn't even have, I had no coins, actually. This is COVID dip. 8,000 to 4. Ooh, God. Dude, I will never forget what I was doing when the world shut down, by the way. I mean, I was watching the NBA game randomly. My family is never watching NBA ever, and we're watching the Dallas Mavericks regular season game for Dallas Thunder, I think. Is that right? Is that the COVID game? It was Dallas versus Thunder. COVID game, Dallas Thunder, Jazz Thunder. But Mark Cuban was there. Why was Mark Cuban there? Why was Mark Cuban at the game? I don't remember this. Mark Cuban was at the game for some reason. I remember they showed Mark Cuban. He was there. And we were randomly watching a regular season game, and they went into halftime and they didn't come back out. Bro, he owned the Mavericks. No, it's the Jazz Thunder. Mavericks weren't playing. They went into halftime or whatever, and they didn't come back out. And my dad was like, "Yeah, you might never go back to school again." I'm like, "Fuck." Next day, school calls, and they're like, 2-week suspension or whatever. This is a crazy one. I can't lie. This is a crazy one. 8,000, damn, 51% in 2 days. That's pretty brutal to 4K. Anyways, the point I was trying to make, to be fair, I can't really comment on this because I wasn't there. I wasn't there. That's gnarly. I wasn't there. I can't say how bad it was, honestly. I'm a streamer. Give me some grace. Look at ETH even crazier. All right, let's see. ETH. What is it? Is it this? Okay, but the thing about this is like ETH went to what? It was $200. 200 to 88. But the thing about this is look what they did after. Look at what they did like right after. Immediately after, like in 430 days, they let this thing pull a 5,000%. 5,000%. God, this is when people get so bearish and doomer about what crypto could do. I'm like, look at what it has done, man. Anyways, the point I was trying to make that I was thinking about last night on efficient market theory is that after 1010, I was a bull. 1010 happens October 10th, right here. Yeah, God. 1010 happens. It's really not even that bad on Bitcoin, all things considered. We went from like what 121 and it closed at 113K. 113K. It wasn't even that bad on Bitcoin. Everything else was washed out. I remember I was getting called out because I had this PumpFun bag that I had to pay. I had the rest of my PumpFun bag that I owed in taxes, and I was holding it in Pump because I'm thinking to myself, I'm about to get print off of this. I'm gonna, make my taxes and buy a Ferrari. And I'm holding my tax money in PumpFun, and I've told the story before. We won't get into it for too long. And I'm at lunch or whatever right after the CZ interview, and I check my phone. It's down 85%. Wait. What does that say? And it's like, yeah, 85%. And so I ran in the bathroom and I stacked it. And then everybody was clowning me, and they're like, "What did you think it was gonna go to? Like, you think it was gonna go to zero?" And I'm like, yeah, I actually did think it was gonna go to zero, and I was shocked that they were letting me get any money out. The fact that there was any liquidity to pull even $1 out, I was thankful to the old gods and the new. I was thankful, and then it goes way below 1010 lows, but regardless, it goes to like 110 or whatever. And then you proceed to get, like, let's see, it loses 100K like here. You proceeded to get 35 days of Bitcoin price action above 100K. 35 days following 1010 above 100K. And if you shorted this, let's see, if you shorted like the close of 1010, because we bounced a little bit after, if you shorted that, they let you get in like 110 maybe, give or take. 43% basically in a straight line down with no real retests. And, if I think back to the discourse in the TL, it was pretty bearish. I can't lie. Anson was really bearish. He kind of got bamboozled on this fake little like new all-time high by like 1%. Anson was pretty bearish. I think Maine was kind of a bull. It was bad. It was fairly flipped, but there was a lot of bullish discourse if I think back. And the main bull case, the guy I was listening to the most, all love to him. This is not a shot at all. I like the take, was Gammy Chan. And his whole thing was like, every day above 100K on BTC is one more day of invalidation for the 4-year cycle. Like every day we stay above 100K, we're that much closer to like maybe the 4-year cycle is broken. the money's gonna pile back in and we're gonna rip to all-time highs. That was like my thesis. And then it was like that broke, we lost 100K. And then I was like, okay. We used the Mandelbrot thesis, which was gold is up 100% on the year. Everyone that bought gold is gonna buy Bitcoin for absolutely no reason. And then that broke. And then we're like, all right, we might just be cooked. And then Sailor started selling, and then it was just like GG after that. But bro, it gave you 35 days above 100K. 35 days above 100K to sell Bitcoin, to sell Bitcoin, to sell Bitcoin. And so it makes me feel good about our ability to make money in markets. These things are never going to be efficient, bro. Because I think about humans are not efficient at all. And I saw this tweet. Watch this. I'll show you one more thing about this 1010 thing. I replied to it. What did he know? I think I replied. This is one of the craziest tweets I've ever seen in my life. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Bitcoin Charlie tweets this. October 5th, 2025. Bitcoin is at 123,395. It just wicked back from 126. And it's a short. And it's the top of the like liquidation on the short is 126 and a little bit over, and the bottom is 46,000. This was before 1010. He posted this before 1010, and it has basically proceeded to do. It hasn't got a 46, but the slip's almost closed. I thought it was funny. This guy Smoker replies, very sensible, very smart. 1010, he says, and I'm like, bruh, what did he know? What the fuck did that guy know? So, anyways, efficient market theory is fake. It's fake. Could never be true, and it should make you excited. All right, I saw a Kobe clip on the TL. Let's start with the Kobe clip. I'm gonna talk about the bottom being in on alcohol, and then we have a lot of market stuff to talk about. Donald is back on the TL buying coins, by the way. I just saw a funny Donald tweet, actually. Bookmarks. Did I bookmark it? No, I didn't. Let me see if I can find it. Don Alt. It was really funny. Whatever. But he tweeted he's buying ETH, which is crazy. He tweeted he's buying ETH right now, which is nuts. But okay, let's watch this Kobe clip. By the way, I wasn't really tapped in on peak up only. This is insane that this is a real stream. Path, Andrew Kang, Van Spencer, Sue, Ledger Status. I don't know who this is, which is crazy. Yeah, I don't know who this is, unfortunately. The bear. I don't know who the bear is. And who? Smokey? No. Like Barachain? Oh, it's Light. That's Light? Wow. Man, let's just watch it real quick. It's a good clip. It's a fun way to start the stream.
I do think the majority of people that don't make it are the people that lose interest between bull markets. Like people that have known about it from
This is Path. He's been on the stream. Cryptopathic.
So far back, who still haven't made it. It's because they, as soon as it gets frothy, it gets to the bull market, they rebuy the all-time high breakout. So they rebought at like 20K.
By the way, Path looks hella young in this. Sorry.
Haven't made it. It's because they, as soon as it gets frothy, it gets to the bull market, they rebuy the all-time high breakout. So they rebought at like 20K. And they play the bull market. They're a little bit naturally bearish, and the bear market hits, and they stay interested for about a year. And then towards the tail end, like late 2018, 2019, they just naturally lose interest and they go, oh, this shit's over. I've got life commitments, whatever. And then they get back involved when it starts getting frothy again. And those are the people that are not going to make it. So if there is one piece of advice that I can give, is like find a way to remain the same level of interest that you have now. When you check the chart every day, you like lose sleep over your positions, whatever the fuck you're doing, you over leveraged apes. Like you need to have the same level of interest when everything's really boring. Because right now it's like everyone's interested, right? Like my like parents are like super in like what shall I buy? My friends from school way back when are hitting me up saying is Cardano good and whatever. But none of those people are interested in the bottom. None of those people are interested when it's going sideways for 6 months. And if you tell those people at the bottom in the 6 month sideways, now's the time, they fucking ignore you. They're like, nah, it seems a bit risky. Like, it's not for me. I'll look at it later. And then they hit you up in January of this year, like, is it too late to get in, by the way? And you're like, no, just immediately market buy. It's like 25K or something. It's 30K. And they're like, I'm going to wait for a dip. And at 60K, they're like, is it too late to market buy, like you said? And you're like, bro, I have no advice for you anymore. I told you at 4K to buy. I told you like 6K to buy. I told you at 7K to buy. So the main way you have to make it is try and perpetuate your interest through the boring bit. The boring bit is where the opportunity is, when all these moon boys and all the marketers and all the LARPers, they disappear from Twitter and they don't participate anymore. Their accounts just stop tweeting. That's the bit where you're supposed to be interested and you're supposed to be taking your like next 3 years of positions.
So good. Here, Ansem.
I do think the majority.
Who posted it? Tyler Durden. Real plumber posted that shit. Yeah, I like the panel idea. I would love to see a Ansem Kobe interview, by the way. But so I'm gonna tell you this. I had this interaction. Rasmer said some really smart shit yesterday. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of fired me up. I was in this chat, like a trading chat, and you know, I think whenever I think too hard about on chain, like I'm so bullish on chain because I think the dynamics around celebrity trader, social, like I think this stuff is so just, it's actually captured the friend tech animal spirits better than anything I've ever seen. This stuff is so sticky, and I see people get addicted. Like, it's just so good. But whenever I think too hard about on chain, I get bearish. And I was thinking too hard about it last night, and I was in this chat, and Ansem, like, has Ansem noties on, obviously. And Ansem retweeted something about, like, manlit, something about this. And then everybody was, like, freaking out, like, let's go, Ansem retweet, da-da-da. And then they're selling coins to buy, like, the new Ansem retweet. And I went in my Telegram, and I was like, bear case for on-chain is, it's literally just based off how Ansem feels right now. And if Ansem, like, lost cell service for a week, we might have to pack it up and be done. And I was like typing this, and Rasmus replies, and he goes, counterpoint, the entire macro economy is based off of how Donald Trump feels. In the digital world, Giga faces having outsized influence is closer to the norm than the outlier. It's bullish that we have Ansem in the first place, and probably a requirement for us to go higher. And I sat here and I read it and thought to myself, you know what? That's a really good take. Like, what Ansem is to on-chain, Trump is to the AI trade. He's just like, okay, we're going to go higher now. And then everyone's like, okay, now we can buy. This is, like, the stock market is genuinely, like, the bull case of the stock market is we're at war, but Trump won't let us go down. The bear case for oil is that there's the biggest oil supply shock crisis since I don't even know when. And Trump says, no, we're going to make oil go down. So oil goes down. It's the same dynamic. Like, it is the exact same dynamic. Nothing about it is different. Trump says, go out and buy Adele. Everyone goes out and buys Adele. And so I had thought to myself, like, I've had this discussion, like, with Tulip Gang and Malcolm and DNAP before, where I'm like, are we going up because we've bottomed? Are we bottomed and going up because Ansem has, like, decided? Is it a little bit of both? And I think that it's actually okay if we've started going up because Ansem has decided we should go up. Like, I think it's actually okay if that is the answer. I'm not entirely sure what it is. And I think whenever I try to think too hard about, like, what's at play with market forces, because they're too complex to actually know what's at play. But it's happening in macro with Trump. It's pretty wild. And so shout out to Rasmer, man. That brother's on a sun run. It's definitely a factor, and it should be. It should be. It should be. Like, it should be. All I know is there's hella billionaires who follow me on Twitter. Dude, I did the I'll tell you one more thing. I did the chopping block yesterday with Hasib, Tarun, and Robert Leshner. Robert Leshner is the GOAT, by the way. And there was they brought me on to talk about social trading, but there was, I don't know, 6 topics on our docket. And we literally spent 90 minutes just talking about social trading. That's it. The only thing we talked about. Celebrities as traders, the death of soft influence. Like, these apps going viral. It's the only thing we talked about for 90 minutes. I just talked for 90 minutes. Talked about the flow horse. It was actually, it's gonna be fun. It's a good episode. It's a good episode, but man, these things are so sticky. It's like, imagine it's almost like you bottle up what friend tech brought out of people and just like shove it into the world. It's awesome. It's so good. Dude, when I went to the World Cup, I went to a World Cup game in LA with Phantom. Shout out to Phantom. And it was Spain versus Belgium. We went to the World Cup game with Phantom. And we walk into the suite, and there's this guy in the suite who's like setting up the suite for us. And we walk in, and he's like, "Oh my God, are you guys like Phantom? And they were holding the plushie. He's like, "Oh my God, you guys are Phantom?" And we're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Dude, I wasn't sure. I fucking love Phantom." This is like a month ago. I fucking love Phantom. And we're like, really? He pulls out his phone and he's like, "Dude, I'm on Phantom all day. Like, buy my coin. I'm on Phantom. Like, I'm tapped in on Twitter. Da, da, da. Like, I love Phantom." And I just thought to myself, like, man, this shit has gone. There's a lot of people that have downloaded Phantom. There's a lot of people that have a Phantom wallet on their phone. It was pretty sick. Okay, let's switch it up a little bit. IRL is back. I've been saying it for a while. Okay. IRL is back. Brad Pitt came out, which shouldn't really be a big deal, but he says he's drinking alcohol again after 7 years sober. Okay. Brad Pitt is ripping again. The exact same day this thing came out, I saw this, which honestly, I think this is sick. Ray Dalio runs the biggest hedge fund in the world. 77th birthday. Posts this video of him in Ibiza just fucking ripping. I saw all these people reply, and they're like, "If I'm 77 in Ibiza, like, just blow my shit straight off." Bro, if I'm 77 and I don't have it in me to go rip in Ibiza, like, I don't know what went wrong. This to me is awesome. But I think it speaks to a broader trend of IRL is back, and I think we have reached the death of the health optimization podcast bros, okay? I think it's over. In a lot of ways, I think this health optimization era was this unique COVID phenomena where everybody was stuck in the house. Everybody had a podcast mic, and they didn't know what to do with themselves. And so they started saying, fuck it, we're going to get in the cold plunge. We are going to get in the sauna. We are going to optimize every single part about our lives because we're going crazy. I think this is like a unique pocket in time. And the health optimization podcast era is completely just topped. And you know what I think topped it? Is Brian Johnson. This man is single-handedly responsible for topping health optimization in the world. I believe it. And the reason I think he's topped it is Brian Johnson said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to take this Diary of a CEO, Chris Williamson, Andrew Huberman thing. I'm going to take this to the absolute extreme, and I'm going to have a perfect intake and outtake. Everything I do will be optimal. I will do it exactly correct. I will eat the right foods. I will sleep at the right time. I'll take the right supplements. I will experiment on myself. I will do everything possible to live the most optimal human life biologically possible. And with all due respect, this is what he looks like. And Brian Johnson's a legend. Don't get me wrong. I think what he's doing is awesome. It's good for the world. Somebody has to do the test. But nobody wants to look like this. And I mean that so sincerely with Brian Johnson. People do not want to look like this. People want to look like this when you're 70, 80. This is what people want to look like. Okay? I've seen this picture all over my feed. This is what you want to look like when you're 80. Okay? And this guy looks like this. Probably smoking a pack a day, sitting in the sun all day, and drinking wine. Okay, this is what I want to look like when I'm 80. I want to be tan as fuck, cigarettes, wine, tats, whatever. Okay? And I think we're about to hit a giga reverse trend on the health optimization, where if you think to yourself, if I do everything exactly right, spend every waking second thinking about my health, I can look like Brian Johnson. And everyone's like, wait, I don't want to look like Brian Johnson. I don't. Respectfully, I don't. Maybe if he lives to be 200, public opinion will switch on this. But I do not want to look like Brian Johnson when I'm older. And I think you get to the barbell extreme of this, and people say, you know what? If taking the health optimization to the most extreme makes me look like that, then what am I doing, like cutting back on the wine? It doesn't even matter anyways. I want to drink wine. Bro, wine has been embedded into human culture for like as long as humans have been alive, they've been drinking wine. Okay? And I think just because some podcast bro comes out, it says a glass of wine like ruins your sleep and then ruins your life, is not going to stop people from doing it. It has inverse effects. Bro, Lindy for centuries, people have been drinking red wine. I have beautiful Italian blood. Centuries. This has been a thing. Even cigarettes, like tobacco. Like, I'm from Virginia, bro. There's the tobacco industry in James. They were ripping tobacco and smoking cigarettes for like hundreds of years. I'm not advocating for cigarettes, but the human body is not supposed to be optimized. I was watching this Santa Cruz clip, and he was talking about how humans are like, you know, thousands of years old. And if you feel like doing a second workout in a day, do the second workout. It's not just the case like, oh, I worked out once, I can't work out again. It's like, you think of if a human spent all day, you know, like building a house, and then 3 hours later, there's some big boulder they have to move around and push up the hill. They're going to be like, no, I already worked out for the day. I'm not going to push the boulder up the hill. It's like the human body is bred to be sturdy and lindy and like versatile. And I think that this health maxing thing is so cooked. It's so over. It is so cooked. And we're going to return to mean on this. And you look at it like, bro, Philip Morris. Remember we did a segment on Philip Morris? What is it? Just PM? Yeah, look at this. Lindy, brother. Lindy. So Lindy. The other one is was it Budweiser? Yeah, Budweiser Brewing. Gotta be a bottom. I mean, it just has got to be. It has got to be bottom on the alcohol stuff. It has to be. Public alcohol companies. It's got to be bottomed. Heineken. I don't really drink Heineken. It just has to be, man. What's your take on Lily? I'll get there when we get to the stock stuff. Just weird futures. Let me ask chat. Let me ask ChatGPT. Best public expression of long alcohol in U.S. stocks. It's got to be, bro. It's trying to catch a falling knife. I'm not buying it, but it's a cultural bottom. Okay, STZ owns Modelo, Corona, Pacifico, Let's see. 91% of the company is beer sales. God, it's so bad. They're so bad. It's gotta be bottomed. We're gonna watch these trends for a while here. Let's just mark it where I started talking about it. It's gotta be. Brown Foreman. Doesn't even exist. It's gotta be. What's tap? It's gotta be. I wish I could just long like a vintage wine index and didn't have to like buy individual names. Look how down bad these are. Cultural bottom on alcohol. It's gotta be. I think it's cool again to rip. It was really uncool to rip for like the COVID era. Long Philip Morris. Yeah, it looks insane. Philip Morris looks so super good. Okay. Is Brad Pitt so popular? Yeah. Brad Pitt is definitely still popular, by the way. Brad Pitt is definitely still popular. Okay. Second topic is yesterday, the Lakers sold, as we know, for the second time in 2 years. And DNAP, I lost that first tweet. Wait, where the tweet was so good. Here it is. The Lakers sold for the second time in 2 years. Okay, it sold for $10 billion about a year ago, and it sold yesterday to Bob Iger and Jared Kushner for $12 billion, $2 billion profit, and in about a year. Josh, excuse me, Josh. And there is this conspiracy theory going around right now. Okay, it's kind of an interesting conspiracy theory. There's not that much on it, but the guy that sold the Lakers, Mark Walter, has this like ongoing investigation, and he's been trying to raise funds to pay down the loans owned by his insurance companies that the DOJ is investigating. And so he has all these like shady loans, and he has this like weird situation going on. And so one, he sold because he's financially in trouble, but two, he sold it to somebody directly related to Donald Trump, Jared Kushner, directly related to Donald Trump. And so there's like conspiracy theory going on that there is some like second order. Josh, sorry. There's a second order like pardon, maybe get out of jail type of situation that's going on. Brother of a son-in-law. There's some type of like, wiggle me here, wiggle me that. I'll give you the crown jewel of the most important sports league in the world, the Los Angeles fucking Lakers, the Showtime Luka Doncic Lakers, and you were going to bail me out of this massive situation that I have found myself in. The Suns owner is going through the same thing right now, as well. What do we got here? America's largest mortgage lender made a giant $27.5 billion bet that interest rates would go down. The bet failed. Last week, UWMC suspended its dividend, signed an emergency rescue with the distressed situations desk at Oaktree. Whoa. That's Matt Ashiba. Owns the Suns? Whoa. Like, you do not just sell the Los Angeles Lakers in a year. It's not a thing that happens. You don't sell the Lakers in a year with LeBron, Luka, NBA ratings up 35% last year. You don't flip the Lakers. It's not a fucking meme coin, brother. I've been holding Pump Spot longer than he sold the Lakers for. I've been holding Spot Bitcoin for longer than he held the Lakers for. That's not a thing that you do. Okay, they also Kushner and the boys were gonna buy a team in Vegas. Complete switch up. This is not social trading, bro. This is not phantom. You don't flip the Lakers in a year. Okay, Kyle Kuzma pops in. Nobody flips a crown jewel in 14 months because it's going well. 14 months on the Lakers, bro. The crown jewel of sports. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Let's see what the article is, actually. The proceeds will help TWG address its aggressive efforts to reduce the affiliated loans in the balance sheet of its insurers or to restructure some of them, one of the people said. Billionaire Mark Walters' firm is in talks with investors to raise money to help pay down loans on the books of its insurers that had drawn scrutiny from the Justice Department, according to people familiar with the matter. Yeah, very sus. Very, very, very sus. Wait, let's see. Yeah, imagine having the holding the Lakers in your Phantom wallet.
Breaking news here in the world of basketball.
Orange, thanks for the gifted.
Bob Iger teaming up to buy the Los Angeles Lakers for
Really
over
important.
$12 billion.
Bro, if it's a fucking meme coin, I'm gonna tweak. If it's a fucking CA, you're getting banned. There's no priority in this chat. If you put a CA in here that sub 5 mil, someone's getting fucking banned. Someone's getting banned. Look up Pitbull on Spotify. Someone will get fucking banned, man. Look up Pitbull on Spotify. Dude, it's 2020 fucking 6, man. All right, fine. Spotify. I don't have Spotify though. Pitbull, bro. Just honestly ban him for that shit. Pitbull. Dude. Give me a fucking break, Orangey. Dude, Ban him. No, I'm dead ass. Ban him. Get him the fuck out. Get him the fuck out, man. Get him out. I'm dead ass. Get him out. Get him the fuck out of here. See you later. Don't let the door kick you on the way out, man. Pitbull coin. Pitcoin. Get him out. Get him the fuck out. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out now. Get him out. No, get him out. Get him out. At least time that brother out. Pitcoin, bro. Come on. Are you serious? Oh, my God. Dude, 200K, Orangey. $200,000 market cap, Orangey. $200,000. You have 381,000 followers, brother. To 381,000 followers, man. Oh, God. That's some fucking, I just slammed it. You tweet CA. Jack Duval, get him out. Duval and Orangey, get him out. Out. I don't want to see the Duve. Duve, I was talking about you yesterday, by the way, with TraderMain. TraderMain brought you up, Duve. We were talking about you a little bit. We were talking about this multi-wallet situation. He had some commentary on this idea, this concept of a multi-wallet. Yeah, I don't... Talking about, was he shit talking to you? Not exactly. I wouldn't say he was like praising you, but he wasn't exactly, coming for your life. He wasn't not shit talking, but he wasn't, Jack Duval is my saint, my purpose, my God. It wasn't quite that, It wasn't something like that. It wasn't that by any stretch. But it wasn't shit talk. It was yesterday. Please ban Duval. God, now I'm distracted. Pitcoin, this is a disaster. How many monthly listeners does Pitbull have? I asked TraderMain to hop in VC and trench new pairs. God, I wonder why he didn't want to do that. I wonder why he didn't want to do that. He has 85 million monthly listeners. How? Who's listening to chat? When's the last time you heard a Pitbull song? Have you listened to a Pitbull song in the last year? Yes or no? Pitbull lit? Mr. Worldwide? No. Absolutely not. Every day. When I was forced to in the mall, Pitbull got bangers. Yeah, he got a few bangers, but his last banger is like 10 plus years ago. Yeah, it's got to be 10 plus years ago. Fuck, now I'm distracted. All right, before market open, let's do a quick segment. We got market open in 10 minutes. I'm all types of distracted now. I don't know how else you cut it, okay? There's no way to cut it. There's no way to cut it. I don't care how disciplined, how focused, how smart, how talented he is. Leopold Aschenbrenner has got to be rolling right now. He's got to be suffering right now, watching the price action play out on his public equities book that he was forced to sell. There's no other way to cut it. This is as cruel and miserable as markets could possibly get. Okay, and I wanted to just go through. I have a timestamp here. Situational Awareness sells entire public investment book CNBC at 9:46 a.m. on July 30th. The market did, in fact, remain irrational longer than Leopold could stay solvent. And so just to look at a couple of these names that he was forced to sell, his biggest holding was Nebius. It was 38% of his portfolio, allegedly. And he had 5% of the company, okay? He had 5%. They say his average buy price is 197. These are generally wrong. They can't be exact. It's maybe at the time of filing. It's probably significantly lower than that. But we do know at what price he sold. Okay. And so Nebius was up 35% yesterday. 35% on a $65 billion stock. Think about that for a second. Nebius was def his biggest holding. Yes. Look at this. Look at where he had to sell this thing, man. Right here. So brutal. Up only since. He had 5%. Citadel spoofs market with rate hike prediction. Leopold margin called. Citadel liquidates Leopold. Citadel now goes max long. Thanks for playing. Randcorp, thanks for the raid, brother. Look at this. Since selling, he owned 5% of this company. I mean, how many billions of dollars did he have in this? Up 57%. He had 5%. He had like, I mean, it's up like a billion. He would be up like $1.5 billion, 1.5 billion, give or take. If my math isn't nuts. He'd be up 1.5 billion on Nebius alone, brother, in the last 2 weeks that he was forced to sell. Bloom Energy, second Leopold stock, was up 13% yesterday. Look at this one. You saw that 176 on this. This tweet comes out 176. It was probably earlier than this, by the way, because this is when the tweet came out. Deal was probably already done earlier than this. This one's up 35%. There's $1 billion plus. SanDisk was another one. It was 18% of his stock portfolio, bro. SNDK. That's a brutal drawing. We'll remove that. SNDK. This one's brutal. At $1,000. Sells. That one's up 26%. It's just, bro, it is actually disgusting what they did. CoreWeave, it was 14% of his port. We know what CoreWeave did yesterday. It was up what? 19%. Look at this one. That's like a bottom tick. $66 a CoreWeave for a seller. That thing is up 59% on a $60 billion stock, brother. I mean, this is horrifying. Iran, that's another one. It was 10% of his port. This one's brutal. $32. 42%. It's so bad. Where's Shaw's? Here's Shaw's. Oh my god. It's 4% of his port. This one hurts me more than it hurts him, probably. This one's pretty bad. And it won't even let me do the copy paste. It knows. It won't even let me copy paste on the Shaw's chart. It knows. APLD, Applied Digital. I don't even know if we have this on the chart. APLD, the pride of Australia. No, it's not letting me copy paste. Fucking TradingView. Nuts. Just one of the most disgusting acts of the market I've ever seen. Like, the market can be so just brutal and demonic. Here you go. Leopold, I'm not blowing up 2024.
Yeah, I mean, look, obviously you can't, not blowing up is sort of like, task number 1 and 2 or whatever.
Or whatever.
I mean, I think this investment
or whatever is so funny.
firm, it is going to just be betting on AGI, betting on AGI and superintelligence before the decade is out, taking that seriously, making the bets you would make, if you took that seriously. So, I think if that's wrong, firm is not going to do that well. The thing you have to be resistant to is, like, you have to be able to resist get, one or a couple or a few kind of individual calls, right? It's like AI stagnates for a year because of the data wall, or like, you got the call wrong on like when revenue would go up. And so anyway, that's pretty critical. You have to get timing right. I do think in general that the sort of sequence of bets on the way to AGI is actually pretty critical. And I think a thing people underrate. So yeah, I mean,
look, he's going to be so fine. He's going to make so many $1 billion. He just got married. He'll probably make the money back tenfold, but it's gotta hurt to watch that. Like, it's gotta hurt, man. It's gotta hurt. I mean, it hurts me. It's just money. He doesn't need all that money. Yeah, but you don't need any. Such a bad take. You don't need all that money. Such a bad take. It's like, yeah, but you fucking want it. The thing Karl Marx failed to consider is having more than others is awesome. You fucking want it. You don't need anything, but you want it. You want it, man. Anyways, we got open in 3 minutes. I'm going to get up real quick. When I'm back, you already know what we do. Stock market open for at least 30 minutes. BRB. Let's get it. Stock market opens in 25 seconds. As always, the stock market open segment is powered by Phantom Wallet. It's powered by Phantom Wallet because anything you see in this segment, whether it's a stock, a tokenized stock, a perpetual tokenized stock, a coin, a stable coin, a dollar, whatever it is, if you see it during this segment, you can trade it on Phantom. And on that note, the stock exchange, stock market is officially all right, let's get it. Let's get it. God, the stock market is unbelievable. The way this stuff is trading right now. Let's go. Let's go. And I'm on the wrong segment. And boom! The SPX opens. Has threadguy ever been clean shaven? This is what I count as clean. SPX opens up 0.21%. Iran came out today and said no vessel will be able to pass the Strait of Hormuz without their approval. And I just cannot even fathom that we are still doing this. But nonetheless, we are. Kospi in yesterday's trading session was up 3.56%. That's a green. Being the NASDAQ 100 opens up 0.34%. The Dow opens up 0.28. Q's up 0.15. The SOX, the semiconductor index is up 0.23. The IBB, excuse me, is up 0.1. The triple leverage SOX, the SOXOL, is up 0.4, fairly weak. IGV's up 1%. Mags are up 0.27. Kevin, what's good? And DRAM, the Round Hill Memory ETF is down. It is red down today. 0.5. Let's keep going. Bitcoin on the open, 63.5. Not bad. Not awful for Bitcoin. I think we're due for a move here one way or another relatively soon. I mean, it's got to eventually we got to pick a direction here, right? It doesn't exactly look great, but it doesn't look horrible. We got to pick a direction here at some point. Hopefully soon. On BTC, Hyperliquid looks good. Look at 4-hour hype. Very interesting hype price action here. If it can get, I don't know, above 60 again, all of a sudden the hype starts to look really interesting. 57.6, and it's been very quiet on the open. Lighters up 1%, looks great. PumpFun, my pride and joy token, looks so good. 28.18 on that. PerDAT is up 2.5. Silver is down 0.4. You should add Optics and Photonics ETF to your index list. LAZR is the ticker. Let's do that right now. Thank you, brother. I'm always down to add new shit to this. They got to make a NeoCloud ETF. Why don't they have one? Why don't they have one? Laser. Photonics and optical ETF is down 1.3%. Let's finish up on crypto. Pump looks amazing. Sol looks pretty good. Stretch is still 95, 96. Yields are all down across the board. VVV is up 6%. NeoCloud is a NeoCloud ETF. DNAP. NCLD. I didn't know. Whoa. Round Hill NeoCloud ETF. Cool. Thank you. Up 2.6%. We'll get there in a minute. Almost done with crypto. Gold is down 0.5. Copper is flat. Zcash is flat. And Monero is up a little bit. Oil, double down. Crude down 3%. Brent down 2%. Defense is all down except for Palantir is going up with the IGV. All right. Big God, Shaw's is $70. I'm going to fucking tweak. I'm going to tweak. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitter and you want to chat, twitch.tv/threadguy. I can't with this coin, bro. I can't. All right, let's go. Big semis, big AI. Shaw's is the biggest gainer. Bro, it's the biggest gainer of the day. Oh my God. I saw the Pico bottom tick. Look at this chart. Wow. Wow. Where's Chad Michael Burry? Wow. It's up 3% today. Dell. Wow. Emphatic new all-time high. That's up 4%. Netflix is up 2% on news that Bill Ackman, for some reason, has taken a position, I believe, in Netflix. Let's take a look. Pershing Square. Bill Ackman is back in Netflix. Pershing Square disclosed a new 3.15 share position worth roughly $234 million at current prices. That's 5% of his portfolio. Bill Ackman. Wow. Watched Big Short last night for the first time. It's so good. I love the Big Short. Bloom Energy. Soaring. That's at 2.5. Nokia's up 1.5. QCOM 1.5. Meta 1.25. Nvidia's up a percent. Marvell's up 1. IBM is up 1. Climbing back. ARM's up 1. Cloudflare up 1. Microsoft up 1. Oracle up 1. Adobe up 1. God, we got to be super green now. AMD up 1. Everything's up. Apple up 0.5. Google up 0.5. SK Hynix ADR, that's up 1. Tesla's up 0.5. Amazon's up. Intel is flat, holding above 100. One spicy meatball. You love Netflix. Biggest loser, Cerebras got destroyed on earnings. Miss doesn't look great. Actually, doesn't look all that half bad. But Redwire, space stocks are all down. SpaceX 144. Okay, where are we at? Holy shit, Nebius. Holy shit, Nebius. Look at this chart. High time frame. I keep saying it, and I'll continue to say it every day. Mando is one of the best traders alive. Mando is one of the best traders alive, and oh boy, am I gonna have fun with this one. Cassandra Unchained. Let's go. Where is the Nebius? Okay, let's go like this. Michael Burry, MBIS. He is Rage Burry. Shortmore, Oracle, Micron, and Nebius. He tweets yesterday. What is his entry? Michael Burried, we're saying. Let's see. July 24th. Does it mention Nebius in this? MBIS. No, not that I can find. Wow, he added to Nebius shorts at 247. Holy shit. Wait, I just passed it. Let me see. Nebius, no. Is it this? What's his entry? Nvidia. Fuckbury. I don't know exactly what his entry is on this, but wow. 268 And Nebius is fucking ripping. These neoclouds. CoreWeave, biggest gainer on the day. That's up another 6%. Dude, the Leopold lines start to look nuts. The Leopold line on CoreWeave now is, oh my God, 73% from where he sold. Orangey, I love you. I love you. I love you. Wait, can I play a Jingtao clip really quick? Not to distract from market open. I don't know what his Twitter is, whatever. I ran +8. Sweet Green +5. Theta's up 1. IBKR is up half. Texas Instruments up 1. SoFi, Size Tongue is up 1. StubHub down 13%. Yes, brother. Yes. Yes. What happened? Yes. It deserves, bro, this criminal company. This criminal ass company. This criminal ass company. StubHub, bro. What happened to StubHub? What happened to StubHub? What happened to StubHub? You want to know what? I'll tell you why I don't like StubHub. The story with why I don't like StubHub is that the CEO of StubHub runs a ticket scalping hedge fund on top of StubHub, where he scalps all the supply of tickets, pays no fees, and then gouges prices up on his own platform, brother. I was once a delusional StubHub holder, once upon a time, back in my day. What happened? It's on 13%. That would be like if Elon ran the biggest FNF on PumpFun and like they were deploying. It's like insane. Not like they didn't stable up. Keep the claims climbing if you were wrong. Yeah, it's on 14%. They failed to turn profits. Cost outpace revenue growth. This company is criminal. Company which comes buyers with ticket resale posted a loss of $40,000 or 0 cents a share compared to the loss of $75 million. Yeah, brutal company. They can't scam anymore. MSTR is 96. Hood is up 5. Wow. Whoa. Hood is up 5% today, and that's a decent little bottom if it just put it in. Size Tongue. We're now 9 minutes into open. Carvana's up 1. Reddit's up 1. Coinbase is up 3. Where's Circle? Circle's up 3. Where's the Clarity Act? Coinbase and Circle up? Clarity. Back to 21%. Not bad. Shout out to FWA. What else? Hims is down 2. Eli Lilly is up half. Take Two Interactive is 242. Wavy, the one day you weren't here, by the way, this shit was kind of euphoric. Take Two. I don't think you were here on Monday. It was 256. Shit was euphoric. Now it's whatever. My understanding of the Clarity Act failing is that they put together this broad encompassing bill for 2 years, and at the last part was the president and elected officials had to stop scamming people, and they were like, no, we can't agree to that. That's an outrageous demand. Yeah, this is actually exactly what I think has happened to the Clarity Act. This is like exactly what I think has happened to the Clarity Act, unironically. Also, YouTube, Twitter, if you want to chat, TV says threadguy. What else do we have moving? Let's refresh. Wow. Iren is now up 9. That would be a 49% pump since Leopold sold. CoreWeave is now up 8 on the day. Hood's up 5. Nebius is up 3. And Shaw's is up 3. Let's check back in over here. Mags are up 1. Memory flips green. The Soxel flips really green. That's up 3%. IGV's up 1.2. Qs are up 0.6. And then NASDAQ is up 1. NASDAQ chart looks pretty nuts. Look at this. I mean, if it kind of gets out of this mess right here, like NASDAQ chart looks pretty fucking nuts. Cryptocurrency, where are we? 63.7 on Bitcoin. Not bad. Wow, Hyperliquid is sort of the one right now. Look at this. This would be really good for crypto if Hyperliquid could go for it. It's the highest it's been since August 5th, and really the highest it's been since like July. Late July, if it can break out of this. Hype has a good narrative. The problem with Hype is like the revenue numbers are not all that insane right now, but I don't know how much that really matters. Like, Hype metrics are a little bit maybe not to be looked at. Fees down, revenue down a lot. Like that's not a great chart right there on hype. The revenue. Perp volume is like whatever. Open interest. That's going up. OI is going up a lot. That's a good metric right there. That's a good metric right there. The problem with hype, I think, or like the biggest existential threat to hype is that it's bull case of, or like the bull case of legal perps in the US means everybody can come after them. It means Coinbase, Robinhood, Polymarket, it means everybody can go after them. But regardless, chart looks nuts. Officially the highest it's been. Oh, sorry. Officially the highest it's been since late July. And the other one that looks nuts right now is PumpFun, brother. Look at this. Before I ask you what positions you're in, we're 13 minutes into market open. Look at PumpFun. Also, YouTube, Twitter. If you want to chat, YouTube gang, I love you. Twitch.tv/threadguy. This coin right here, man, is looking pretty fucking nuts. I can't lie. If we go up here, this thing looks great. Why do people move off YouTube? I don't know. Apparently, there's too many colors on Twitch. All right. Your members up 0.5. Mag's almost up 1. IGV still up 1. Soxel is holding on. We're 14 minutes into open. We'll take a moment as we check in on crypto and let's look at some coins. FWA is at 27. Cash Cat 147. I don't know. Cards 64. This coin is so cursed. Ansem is at 190. I like the Ansem coin. I really do. I don't have any yet. I like the Ansem coin. Stockbroker. It's a reasonably significant dump on Stockbroker. Mars coin 56. What else do we like on chain? Manlet 5 mil. And Stonk is looking really good at 12. All right, let's check in on chat trades. I want to know your bags. I want to know what you are buying. What are you selling? What do you like? What do you hate? What stock have you entered? What stock have you sold? What coin have you entered? What coin have you sold? What stock do you want to buy? What stock do you want to sell? Long lighter. Explain why you're sidelining Ansem. Yes. You see the Trezor data leak? No, send me that. You see the token where you could burn supply and update meta? That was so sick. I had fun with that. What do you like? Abercrombie. Okay, Treasure. Treasure. So hard to pronounce. We'll come to this in a couple minutes on Trezor. We'll come to this in a couple minutes. What are you in? Disney, Snapchat, and Cheesecake Factory. Where's Disney today? My least favorite stock. Let's see. Disney is green today, 1%. In Cerebras and Farcoin. How's Cerebras today? CBRS, Cerebras Systems. It's down 11%. But it's pretty good on the open. Cheesecake Factory is nuts. Cheesecake Factory is nuts. This is one of the craziest charts I've ever seen. Look at this thing. I mean, what exactly is going on here? Do we know? What exactly is going on? This is the Cheesecake Factory chart. What exactly is happening with Cheesecake Factory? What? Let's see. Chat, when's the last time we went to the Cheesecake Factory? I don't even know. News. Whoa. Cheesecake Factory is crushing Chipotle in a restaurant rotation not seen in a decade. I went in Vegas 5 years ago. Over the past 60 trading days, Wait, Texas Roadhouse as well? What's going on? Texas Roadhouse. What? Huh? Texas Roadhouse. What's Brinker? What is Brinker? Stock. No. Brinker. What is Brinker stock? First, a Brinker International, major casual dining restaurant company. They own, it's Chili's. What? Ticker eat. Dog. Wait, what? Chili's? Chili's, Texas Roadhouse, Cheesecake Factory, and BJ's Restaurants, BJRI. What is this? Wait. What is BJ's Restaurants? I've never heard of this in my life. Has a fire Pazuki? I could do a Pazuki. I've never heard of this ever. BJ's is a crazy ticker. Wait, Chili's? When is it like a TikTok thing? Wait.
My coworkers keep saying I need to make like a tech TikTok because if you look at my
Wait. Chili's.
But it's hard to stay mad when there's so much beauty in the world. Sometimes I feel like I'm seeing it all at once, and it's too much. But it's hard.
I will always choose you.
And I'd give up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever
What?
be.
Chili's San Bruno might be the greatest place on earth. Jordan, how was your Chili's experience?
I mean, the best Chili's experience I've ever had in my life.
Explain.
So first we get in there, 25 minute wait. and then Raymond asks if Rob's here, and then she's...
I don't have to find an aesthetic. I am an aesthetic.
Bro, this has 300,000 likes.
I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out here right now who's going into Pinterest trying to type up all these adjectives to describe me.
Food I wouldn't eat as a mukbanger.
How about the zoo? Too much walking, too much noise. You can't have any good conversation. Not like at Chili's. Where else?
Well, there's always the beach.
No, you gotta sit on the ground to eat. I need a cushioned chair with back support, like at Chili's. Okay, well, how about Chili's?
What? Dude, this has 300,000 likes. What is going on? What?
Reading everything I ate at Chili's.
I spend most every night
400,000 likes! 400,000!
beneath the light.
Why am I just now finding out that Chili's macros are surprisingly insane?
No!
Their entire surf and turf platter has 78 grams of protein for only 690 calories.
Stop.
Which is exactly what this app does.
Is Applebee's public? APPLEB's public. No. Olive Garden public? Wait. What are some similar public stocks to Chili's, Eat, or Cheesecake Factory? What's going on? Are they like selling compute? Or is this like a food trend? Texas Roadhouse, DRI is Olive Garden. Where's my trading view? What? What the fuck? Olive Garden? Wait. Hold on. What about the Cheesecake Factory on TikTok?
My coworkers keep.
Dude.
Why you gotta fight with me?
109,000 likes. Wait.
Why you gotta fight with me at Cheesecake? You know I love to go there.
Is that a real lyric?
This is the perfect Cheesecake Factory.
40,000
Went to the
likes.
Cheesecake Factory, so let's.
200,000 likes.
This is everything I ate at.
There is no best items at the Cheesecake.
200,000 likes.
American walks in a Cheesecake Factory with a Make America Great Again hat, he shouldn't be verbally accosted. You should.
All right, chocolate, I'm trying a chocolate cake.
Chocolate.
Wow. What? Bloomin' Brands. Outback. Stop. No. Outback is not BLMN. That is not an all-time high. I refuse to believe it. Okay. What else? DIN is Applebee's. Oh, Applebee's is public. Wow, these charts look nuts. What's going on? First Watch. No, Shake Shack. SHAK is a public company. Shack. No. But it's like gapping up. Look at these volume candles. Look at these volume candles. Kava. That's like anti. But Wingstop is public. Why is Wingstop a public company, dude? Shit is ass. Yeah, that shit is trading like it tastes. Search Shake Shack on TikTok. What is going on? Let me go back to TikTok. Sorry. I keep deleting it.
My coworkers keep saying I need to make like a tech TikTok because if you look at.
Shake Shack.
I really don't know who needs to hear this, but.
Damn, I'm horny, huh?
Okay. Wow. I'm shocked. What was the article? Okay. So over the past 60 trading days, by the way, you guys disagreed with my unhealth maxing take. We're done. Health maxing is for upper K, and then everybody else is like, we're ripping. I gave the take this morning. Optimization's done. Then we check all the charts at all-time highs. I just bink everything, bro. Over the past 60 days, 3 months, DRI, Texas Roadhouse, Brinker, also known as BJ's, Cheesecake Factory, and BJ's. Okay, Brinker wasn't BJ's. Have gained roughly 62% at the median. Meanwhile, Chipotle, Wingstop, and Shake Shack have gone nowhere. Why? Oh, by the way, they're all sit-down restaurants. What's the reason? No one's got anything. Does anyone have like a take on this? Cheesecake Factory named to the people companies that care. Wait, they're all sit-down restaurants. They're all sit-down restaurants. Wait. Okay. What about sit-down restaurant stocks? Like only restaurants where you have a server and menu. Wait. Cheesecake Factory isn't cheap food. Who the fuck said it was cheap food? DRI, E, Cake, BJ's, Bloomin' Brands, Dime Brands, Red Robin. No. RRGB. I'll lose it if this is at all-time highs. RRGB. Okay, the back chart didn't load first. But wow. Look at these candles. This chart looks insane. I mean, this is up like Dude, this chart since the end of April is up 400%. What else? Red Robin, no, CBRL. This one I know for a fact is not CBRL. Dog. Cracker Barrel. STK Steakhouse is STKS. STKS. No, that's not that narrative violation. But that's like nice. What's STK Steakhouse? That's like really expensive. Yeah, this is expensive. This doesn't apply low-key. It's too expensive. What about Steak and Shake? I don't know what that is. What is Steak and Shake? Wait. What is Steak and Shake? Steak and Shake. Oh, I guess I know what this is. I guess I know. I've never been here though. Steak and Shake. Is ticker what? Big Laurie. We've seen that one. Okay, wait. Okay. What about other IRL experiences like bowling alleys, arcades? Pool halls? Don't get me started on movies, bro. Just don't ask me about movies, bro. Please don't ask me about movies. Okay, wait. Lucky Strike Entertainment, bowling arcades, water parks. No way, right? Ticker Luck. Don't ask me about the fucking movies, bro. Topgolf was bought by Callaway in this like horrific acquisition at the top of COVID. It was a really bad acquisition. What? What? Water parks? Oh, wrong luck. Oh. Okay, wrong luck. Yeah. My bad. That would have just... What else? Dave and Buster's. No way, right? Dave and Buster's is just so ass. Yeah. Okay. Fun. Six Flags? Six Flags is kind of cool. No. I have no idea then what's going on. Maybe it's just like good IRL stuff. Like Madison Square Garden is up only. MSGE. We know MSGE is sick. Training view. These are permanent underclass places to go. Yeah, I did see that tweet. Look at MSGE. Maybe it's just like cool places to go. I don't know. What's the trend? I got nothing. I genuinely have nothing. What is it? Red Robin is not a cool place to go. What about malls? Public malls. Dude, Chili's all-time hot Cheesecake Factory and Chili's. What is the trend? Yeah, malls are super dead. What is the Cheesecake Factory? Why? What, like, what's good, Rasmer? Why, though? Good quality family kind. Okay, but so is David Buster's. I don't know. I have no idea. Like, it's like pick and choose IRL thesis, though. Like, I don't know. Cheesecake Factory and Red Robin, but then, like, in Texas Roadhouse or at IRLs. Has to be IRL that you can still be on your phone. It's for Instagram likes. People are poor. Let me read that. Wait. Where's that message? People are poor but don't want to feel poor, so instead of going to McDonald's, they settle out for something mid. Come on, bro. You be hating on iconic American brands like Disney's Chili's and Cheesecake Factory. That's what's going on. All right, let's check on the market one more time. Where are we? Bitcoin looks decent. Hype looks not as good as it did a couple minutes ago. And PumpFun is like the greatest coin ever. I have no words. S&P, that's a new all-time high. Holy fuck. That is a new intraday all-time high for the S&P 500. Wow. Yeah, let's ring the bell. Wow. Q's up 1. Soxo's up 5 now. DRAM's up 1.5. Thoughts on Pokemon here? I'm about to buy Pal World. NASDAQ. Look at this thing go. This is about to make an all-time high. Wow. What's Nebius? Oh, 4%. Iren is up 14. Bro, Leopold Ashton-Brenner is rolling and rolling and rolling. Shaw's 72. I'm rolling. Bro. This chart is going to give me absolute nightmares, man. Oh, it's going to give me nightmares. It's going to give me nightmares. Micron's 937. It's going to give me nightmares. Oh my God. Did you check the circle chart? Yes, whatever. It's kind of whatever. This is a very weird chart. Markets are ripping. What's gold doing? Red. Copper is flat. It's maybe, man, if you were going to take it, it's right now. It's copper chart. I had this circle drawn so long ago. It's probably right now if you were going to take it on copper, really. And the pump thing looks so nuts. If I just bought fucking SPY. All right. I want to look at this to Eli Lilly. Eli Lilly's at 0.33%. Basically all-time high, $1.15 trillion. And all I hear from anyone is really from Tulip King is Eli Lilly. And so Eli Lilly, over basically the last day, is going on a fucking rampage. Okay, because Eli Lilly, from what I understand, is the leader of U.S. approval for retatrutide, getting that approved. And I think that they're really close. It's GOP3. And they are really close to getting approval in the United States to sell Retta. And they have basically waged war on, there's been this giant gray market for Retta. Okay, it's not legal yet, but it's pretty easy to get it. And they have basically waged war that they're going after every single gray area black market Retta company and suing everyone. So they've, as of yesterday, they've sued 6 companies over alleged illegal sales of experimental obesity drug retatrutide. And so this is Max Marchione, who runs Superpower. Eli Lilly is after the gray market peptide industry. It looks like a bloodbath is about to begin. No, I've never taken it. The company filed 6 lawsuits against companies selling Retta, including medical spas, peptide vendors, and a compounding pharmacy. The drug it created and patented is still experimental. So they created it, they patented it, but it's not approved yet. And not approved by any regulator anywhere in the world. But the global popularity of it resulted in a massive gray market. Lilly had to report hundreds of people and entities to regulators and also reported 14,000 websites and social media posts and product listings across 100 countries. It's now calling on social platforms, payment processors, credit card companies, and shipping carriers to cut off the industry. The lawsuit will be the start of a much bigger crackdown. So the way that I understand how this works is like GLP-1s, like Ozempic, make you feel full all the time. And Retta, GLP-3, literally just shreds fat. Like, it doesn't make you feel full, it just shreds fat. Rasmer, is that correct? Is that how this works? And so there's a follow-up on this. Researchers have begun prepping for Retta doomsday. If you thought toilet paper sold out quick during COVID, just wait. And so I saw this crazy post from, was it the pod guy? TMT? What's his name? Fuck. Here he is. Here he is. Look at this post. They're freezing Reddit, like in their freezer. Look at this. I bought 5 years worth and chucked it in the freezer. This ain't no game. I mean, it's really bro. I think it's really a miracle drug from everything that I've seen. And so this whole Eli Lilly thing makes one thing abundantly clear. Most drugs being prescription are not because of patient safety. It's because they want to control the means by which you purchase drugs. If you don't purchase from them, you don't purchase at all. You have a 3-year supply of Reddit in case this happened, bro. Are you serious? Doesn't make you full. It activates your metabolism, which is why it's much better than any of the others. It also helps your heart health and has been shown to slow/halt cancer growth. You have a 3-year supply. Are you like jacked right now? Wow, you're dead ass. Probably a few 100,000 people are on Reddit TrueTide today. And do you hear about any deaths, any severe adverse effects? I mean, the first time I heard about Reddit was like 6 months ago. So I might be late to the trend. No, because the other drugs are mostly safe. They want to be the only ones allowed to sell it to you. Doctors are in on the grift, hospitals are in on the grift, and everyone in medicine is in on it. I lost 50 pounds in 6 months on Reddit. Whoa. Wow. You're a customer, they want to extract as much money from you as possible. So when this gets approved, I can imagine it's probably going to be like one of the craziest selling drugs in the history of the world. But I saw this. He says a bad word. He says a bad word in this clip. Luke, can I watch this if he says a bad word? My whole TikTok is Jaden Newman edit, so is mine. If he says a bad word on Twitch, can I watch this clip? Yeah, I'm just going to watch it. We'll see. Yeah.
The MSAM's definitely kind of changed my personality type a lot. It's weird. And I think the Retta TrueTide too. Once I started taking 10 mg Retta, it also made me a lot more apathetic. So you combine those two things and it just like rapes you. It literally just rapes you. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but it really can fuck you up.
In GTA, grape, GTA, grape, GTA.
It really can fuck you up. I'm pretty sure. So let's go. Let me pull up some anecdotes on Retta TrueTide. Retta TrueTide making me apathetic and depressed.
I saw this quote tweet on it, and it's like, I was telling everyone this months ago, GLP-1s will cause a wave of mental illness sold as mental health cure. The interaction with dopamine receptors also affects ghrelin and leptin, all of which are precursors of sex hormones. Reddit basically turns you off as a human and makes you reliant on an injection to perform basic hormonal processes. If you observe someone who has been on Reddit for months, their mental acuity drops significantly. Personality and creative thinking disappears. It also severely nukes the thyroid. I took Reddit for 6 months and experienced all of this firsthand. I experienced such severe anhedonia that I would look at a pair of scissors and think about stabbing myself for absolutely no reason. My ability to come up with original thoughts or think fluidly became a foreign concept. I couldn't write to save my life. I haven't touched any peptides in a couple months. 2 days ago, I took a dose of thymosin, alpha-1, and experienced the same mental reshuffling, and am feeling slightly dumb and not able to express myself clearly. I really don't think we understand what peptides are and how they interact with our system yet. Please be cautious using any of them. And so I don't know. But what I do know is that as a risk taker in the market and a career taking risk, I will never be taking an appetite suppressing drug unless I really need to. But my ultimate take on this is that for most people, being really overweight is much worse for your health than suppressing some urges. That's way worse. Like for most people, being obese is way worse. Like it just is worse. You would rather be like a little bit mentally fried and in good shape than mentally sharp and have a plethora of health issues to come with it. Like I don't know how you could argue with that. Like for most people, being really heavy is just like way worse. Way worse. And so I just get an April. I replied to it and I tagged Tulip King and I said little narrative violation to spice things up because he loves Eli Lilly. And the reply is pretty good, actually. He goes, I don't think negative effects of GLP-1s will catch up to Lilly's price appreciation that soon. The average person is very out of touch with their body. If we were to look at a curve of adoption chart, I think Greta specifically is still in the early adopter phase. Some price appreciation for Lilly will occur in the early majority phase in tandem with FDA legalization. The top for Lilly is the first public side effect case of legal Retta as we move into late majority. I think that is probably pretty much true. Like, yeah, most people are not in tune with their body. And I realized, like, I feel like I've realized this as I've started to try to get in tune with my body. It's like hard. Like, why do you feel this way? Or like, how do you feel? And it's sort of like, wait, I don't even like really know why. Like, I have no idea. It's like I'm miserable today. I'm miserable every day. Why? I don't really know why I'm miserable. And then you just like doom scroll reels after. It's like, I'm kind of miserable. I'm just going to doom scroll reels. And you don't even realize the cycles that you found yourself in. And so I think for most people, being skinny and mentally fried is so much better than being mentally sharp and fat. Like there's just no argument for that. Whoa, traders no longer fully priced in Fed rate hike this year. Nice. CPI is under control as well. So much that you buy is stepped on. Literally, people think it's going to give their kids so much of a terrible. But I do think the unnecessary distributing of some of these like brain drugs is so bad. I mean, do they give these kids Adderall at such a young age, which is insane? No second grader needs to be on fucking Adderall. Are you out of your mind? Are you actually out of your mind giving that to kids? It's nuts. I started taking that. I was prescribed it when I was, I don't know, 15. It's nuts. It is way too strong. Giving that to kids is insane, bro. Taking that is nuts. 6-year-old kids on ADHD meds. It's like, yeah, he's hyperactive. He's fucking 6. He's 6 years old. He's 6 years old. You're teaching him how to read. No wonder he's jumping out of his fucking seat. It's nuts. It is not that is nuts. That's some real big pharma, like, you know, fry your brain type of shit. You think you're a better trader on it? You know, you probably are. Like you might be a better trader on it, but it really fucks your like dopamine receptors, I think, like really bad. It really fries your brain. Like I haven't taken it. I'll probably never take it. I don't think I'll ever take it again for the rest of my life because I'm like, I could just survive without it. I don't need it that bad. You could just power through. Like, you know, unless you have like some ungodly ADD, maybe you do. You could probably power through it. And it just makes you so fried. Like your emotions, this is going to sound super sus, but like your ability to like love shit and like have empathy. You know what it kills? It really kills your empathy. And I think I'm a pretty empathetic person. It just nuclear bomb on your empathy. Your like perception of other people. It's so fried. And so when you're like in the thick of it, you're dialed, but it's like a hangover. You wake up in the morning, your brain is hungover. It's such a brutal feeling. It's such a brutal feeling. And they're like, here's twice a day. It's nuts. It's not good. It's completely nuts. And let's talk about markets. Let's talk about markets right now. Let's do a final check-in. Did you already discuss Cerebus? Yeah, there's not much to discuss, really. I think its chart still looks pretty good. I also think Pump looks nuts right now. Michael J. Burry's tweeting. No, he's not. Jeff Bezos shorted CoreWeave. Jeff Bezos is so freaking smart, yes, and Porter not far behind, it seems. I do not believe Jeff shorted CoreWeave. No one like him needs to die on a short hill. What about this? Yeah. Nothing like a regular amphetamine use to make you appreciate how dumb a lot of normal, non-medicated human experiences. Holy fuck. This is such a fried thread. The dumbest thing is this morning I was lying on the couch reading a book, then I decided to go for a hike, but it took me like half an hour from that point to muster the energy and motivation to actually get up from the couch. And after that, the hike was good. My body had no problem making the countless exertions of effort involved in ascending to a much higher elevation using my own muscles. But the effort to get off the couch and move to a standing position is somehow Herculean. The second dumbest thing is apparently there's 20% of my brain that's dedicated to food. Whatever else is happening throughout the day is just a significant percentage of my thoughts dedicated to what should I do for dinner? How about dessert? Should I have an afternoon snack before that? You know what? Ethiopian food. Do they even have that in Hong Kong? That's why crypto was in destruction mode for like ever. All right, let's move to where's SpaceX first? Let me close the market real quick. Let's close on the market. Let's close this out. Let's close this out for. We're gonna stop looking for now. Shaw 73. Where's SpaceX? 142. This was a sick trade, by the way. If you took it off the bottom, look at that. It's moved what 40% off the bottom. Yeah, 34% at current price. Should I close Shaw's here? You're asking the guy who made like the worst trade. I bought top tick, sold bottom tick, and you're asking me if you should sell here. You should ask somebody else. Is what I would say to that. Honestly, I got nothing. I don't deserve. I do not deserve. People who did not make the trade do not deserve to give you an opinion on the trade. Honestly, I don't deserve the right to give you an opinion on what you should do with it. I'm not worthy of speaking on your financial position in this trade. Now, if you were to ask me what to do with a thing like a PumpFun, well, I'm obviously qualified to speak on it. But Shaw's, I don't deserve the right to tell you what to do. I don't even deserve the right to cross into your brain patterns to even persuade 1% of a thought in any direction as to what you should do. I have not earned it. I've not earned it. But yeah, it does look like a decent spot, all things considered. DR's up 1.5, stocks was up 5, Q's up 1, Nasdaq up 1 point. Holy fuck. Really? Look at this thing go. Nasdaq. Is 10 bill too high a target for pump? You mean 4x revenue? Is 4x revenue too egregious? No, I don't think so. All right. We did Leopold. We did Eli Lilly. We did SpaceX. I would like to talk really quick about sports betting. Okay. I did a stream yesterday with Hasib and the chopping block. And they asked me, they said, threadguy, what? They asked me a really tough question. Tell me what your answer would be before I tell you mine. It's a tough question. It's a hard question. At the end of the podcast, I don't have the exact vernacular articulated, but they asked me a question along the lines of, what is your strongest belief for where we are headed over the next 10 to 20 years? What is your number? Distill it down to one. What is your one belief over the next decade or so? And I'm looking around. I see Hasib, legendary VC. I see Tarun, like, award-winning scientist. And I look down, I see Robert Leshner, inventor of DeFi. And I'm like, fuck, I need to have a good answer for this. What is your one belief? Tell me first what yours is, and I'll tell you what my answer was. Tell me what yours was, and I'll tell you what my answer was. I'll tell you what my answer. It's a tough question, and you could also like rip something from somebody else, but then you sound like stupid. I'll tell you what mine was. I'll tell you what mine was in like 10 seconds. Give me a couple. Rasmus, what's yours if you're still here? If you're not, it's fine. Socialism, Jesus. Guy who's long Cheesecake Factory and Disney and bullish socialism. We all still waiting for alt season. Okay, I'll tell you what I said. You know what I said? I said my biggest belief over the next decade, if I had to distill it down to one trend that I think will accelerate in the United States of America, It is the rise and acceleration of active investing. Not everyone will trade. Not everyone's a gambler. Not everyone's a degenerate. But of the people that have money in the market, more of them will be actively managing it than they are now. And they asked me to distill it. And so I start going back and forth. And we start talking, younger generation. They asked me, like, is this younger generation trading thing just a Gen Z ZERP phenomena? Like, will Gen Alpha be trading? And I said, absolutely. And they asked me why. Why will Gen Alpha trade? Why? You know what I said? I thought about this very, I'm with some really smart guys. A lot of billionaires watch this, VCs watch this. I thought about it and I said, you know what? In every generation that's ever existed, first chatter, welcome. In every generation that's ever existed, there has been a bleeding edge cohort of people that have taken the most risk possible for their age. Okay. For millennials, that was, when millennials were like 15, 16, 20, that was get on the internet and start building weird startups in California. You get like Facebook and things out of this. They start like coding the earliest startups on the internet. For Zoomers, the most bleeding edge thing you could do if you were like a real talent is like, in my opinion, it was like the reselling internet e-commerce inception. It was like the drop shipping. It was the rise of e-com. It was sneaker botting. It was reselling. It was like weird niche ways to make money on the internet. The biggest talent in the world, that's what they were doing. Running e-commerce, running these courses, playing this game. For Gen Alpha, when these kids are 16, 17, 18, what is the, what do they have access to do? Well, they now have access to play on chain. It's the highest leverage game that they can play. Play on chain, play in markets. Because I think for every generation, there's like a crowd of bleeding edge. Maybe it's getting a bigger percentage of the relative population. Maybe it's the same, but they're doing the highest leverage thing you can possibly do with the tools that are accessible to them. And then for me, markets weren't really that accessible. Like it just wasn't. Crypto wasn't a thing really. Markets weren't really that accessible. And so we flipped sneakers. We botted Shopify websites, did clothes, e-commerce, all of this. For the new generation, everybody has access to the highest level game that you can play equivalently. Everybody has access to it with on-chain, right? Like I didn't really have access to it. You couldn't like get a phantom wallet and start ripping on-chain, start sniping deploy, start, playing this game. You couldn't really do it. You couldn't long SpaceX through Hyperliquid because you need a brokerage account, social security number, and you got to be 18 plus, and you got to sign up, and you need your mom's account, Now you could just do it. And so I think what's changed is like one of the reasons retail trading has gotten bigger is because 20 years ago, you could not listen to an earnings call. It was like illegal. Retail couldn't listen to earnings calls. And now you can. Now you have access. Now you can go on Robinhood and get margin and like slam SpaceX longs. And so the accessibility of markets has like improved. Therefore, more people that would have been traders, that could have been traders, that should have been traders, that weren't traders because they couldn't be traders, are now traders. And so does that mean a higher percentage of the population is trading because more people are adopting it? Or is it the same skill that you didn't really know you could access, you can now access? And even if it's the latter, the same skill that you would have done, you could have done, you should have done, but you couldn't do, doesn't mean more people are trading, but it means more people are trading because more people would have traded, could have traded, that should have, that are trading. If that makes sense. I don't know if that sounds insane. I don't know how else to articulate it. I think the same thing is true for the upcoming generation, is that there's like this pocket that plays the highest leverage game they could possibly play. And that is now getting on chain. And as a result, they're all going to trade. And right now, what they're doing mostly is, does that make sense what I just said? I'll find a better way to say it. Does that? I think it made sense. Right now, what they're doing is they're sports betting. Okay, they're sports betting. By the way, my answer on that podcast, so good. Active investing, rise of active investing, so good. This is what they're doing right now. Bloomberg. Gen Z is moving money from stocks to sports betting and wealth plans. People have sports betting as a legitimate part of their portfolio. 52% of them have redirected in funds to sports betting, and quarter of them treat sports betting as a deliberate part of their long-term financial plan, according to a survey from Betterment. And so shares of participants that treat sports betting as a deliberate part of long-term financial strategy. Boomers is 1%. Gen X is 6%. Gen Z is 26%. Overall, it's 12. Shares of participants who have directed investing funds to sports betting at least once. So you took money out of your investing account into sports betting. Boomers, 4% have done it. Gen X, 10% have done it. Millennials, 31% have done it. And Gen Z, 52% of Gen Z has taken money out of their long-term investment account to sports bet. Okay. That means people are ready to play. They're ready to play, brother. They're ready to play the fucking game. They're not scared of risk. And they're going to be active. Clearly, they're going to be active investing, right? 52% are already, I would call that active investing. I don't know if it's the right kind I would recommend, but 52% of Gen Z is actively investing. That's a fucking lot. And then couple that with their game selection of choice is sports betting. It just means that that is not confident money. That is money that's ready to sway. That is like a undecided vote that you could come in and just snipe. That is undecided money. That is money that would go that money would go anywhere you tell it to go. You have an opportunity. That is like, I'm taking the Knicks over. I know nothing. That is like money that's down to play any game, anywhere, anytime. And I so wholeheartedly mean this when I say I think this money is going to come on chain. It might take a while. And I've also thought about what I think it's going to look like. I think when you think too hard about what it's going to look like, you drive yourself nuts. You do drive yourself nuts. But I think it's going to look like some derivative of 2024 where there's like a event that everybody like one thing everybody wants to buy. They come in droves. They all buy the thing. Then it goes too high. They branch out. They buy other stuff. They get rinsed. They leave. And then there's a new thing 6 months later, and the floor just gets higher and higher. They come in droves, rinsed, leave, floor. Because they're getting rinsed anyways. But I believe that I really think these mobile apps, bro, is one of the stickiest things I've ever seen in my life. It really is. It's one of the stickiest things I've ever seen in my entire life. These apps, these trading apps, they're so sticky. And you know what I realized? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this very nicely because I mean it nicely. That most of crypto is not aware of what's going on chain right now. And what I think is going on chain is that for the first time ever, the tooling is there, the network effects is there, the social is there, but the things to trade is not there. Things to trade is not there. And even a lot of the big money crypto guys, the fund managers, the VCs, they have no clue. And I know this because I just went on the chopping block. It's probably the podcast that the most wealthy institutional crowd watches as it relates to crypto. And they brought me on to talk about FOMO versus pump versus social trading versus all of this. And to their credit, they play in sort of a different game and they're, aware of what's going on, but they're not trading these things. And, Tarun made this comment. I say this with so much love because I love Tarun, former stream guest. I think he's one of the smartest people in crypto. But he's not trading on chain. Obviously not trading on chain. And he made this comment that, we're talking about why do you think meme coin volumes and launchpad volumes are heating up? And it's a really tough question to answer, by the way. That's a really difficult question to answer why that's happening. I think it's a few reasons, but we can get into that. But yeah, not trenches. He trades on chain, not trenches. But one of the things he said was that he thinks it's because it comes out tomorrow. He thinks it's because AI has gotten, people don't want to pick what meme coins to buy. And AI has gotten good enough that people are finally able to give money to AI bots that pick the meme coins for them. And I was like, wait, what do you mean? That is like definitely not happening at all. 0% is that happening right now. Like that's not why at all. It has nothing to do with AI whatsoever. They're maybe using it for equities a little bit to inform their trading, but it's definitely not on chain at all. And so I think the only people that are really like watching this thing unfold is Amanda. What's good? The only people that are watching this unfold are people that trade on chain all day. The rest of the crowd has no concept for it. And is it sticky? Is it not? You know what I thought was interesting is I talked to Robert Leshner, I asked him directly, who runs Superstate, which is like an RWA tokenized stocks play. Because we're going back and forth, like, are we just running meme coins back? Is any of this sticky, or are we just going to be done in like a couple weeks when Robinhood inevitably stops talking about stocks? We go back and forth, talking about coins, we go back and forth. And I asked him, like, what do you think about the liquidity pairs with stocks, like meme coin / stock, and like the experimentation that's happening with like, backing things with stocks? And he runs a tokenized stock company, and he was like, you know what, dude? I think it's sick. I think it's fucking sick, he says. I think it's sick. It's super cool. It's not something that I think we expected to happen, but people are going to get fucking creative with what they can do with like stock pairs. Because think about it. It's like, bro, you take the most liquid, largest capital market in the entire world, and then you basically just sprinkle programmability on top. It's like, okay, cool. There was only one way to interact. There was like 2 ways to interact with these things. There's 3 ways to interact with stocks for the history of the stock market. You could buy, you could sell, and you could hold. That's all you could do to the end of time. There's 3 things you can do. That is it. You couldn't do anything else. Buy, sell, hold. That's it. Now you can do infinite. Pair with this, loop it here, lend it here, put it in this pool, lend against that pool into this pool, launch this coin backed by this thing. Like, I think the tokenized stock narrative is potentially, because what Robert Leshner said is being able to back coins, vapor, whatever, back an asset with a really good asset. Okay, a nothing asset with a really good asset instead of a nothing with a nothing. It's like, okay, cool. You could do meme coin XPT pairs before, meme coin Bitcoin pairs, but it's like meme coin, it's like nothing, and you get nothing. But nothing something, you get something, It's like 0, 0, but then 0, 1, you get 1, or like 0.1, you get 0.1. And he's like, I think this is gonna get. Robert Leshner's like the godfather of DeFi, bro. I don't think I realized this. He invented DeFi. Okay, I'm novice. I'm kind of new to this. It's easy to get charted up about meme trading, whatever. But at the end of the day, if you're new to crypto meme coins, you're not gonna use a robot to run TikTok analysis. Yeah, of course. He was like, dude, I think it's sick. I think it's fucking cool, and I think people are gonna get nuts with it. And I agree with him. I actually agree with him. And I just think to myself, programmability on the most liquid, largest capital market in the history of the world is fucking cool. Like, tokenized stocks are actually sick. And I was such a hater for so long. I'm like, this is so retarded. Sorry. I'm like, this is so stupid. I have no interest in this at all. And then you sprinkle some programmability, and all of a sudden you start seeing what people come up with, and you're like, oh, this is really cool. This is really cool. Superstate. Yeah, it's let me see. I think it's called Superstate. He's low-key one of my I think he might be my favorite, like, the VC crowd. Let me see. Leshner. Yeah, Robert Leshner. CEO of Superstate Investors Robot Ventures. Previously founded Compound. There's this legendary butthole pair with Anthropic is innovation. Yeah, I don't know. It's so sick. It has me fired up, and it has me just thinking, like, Frank went on this rampage, and it agrees with a lot of takes that I have. Maybe I got them from him. Maybe he got them from me. I probably got a lot of them from him. But this is one of my best takes. One of my biggest takes. One of the takes I believe the most is it's the death of soft influence. Okay. The rise of the P&L for influence and the death of soft influence. The death of like you are funny and you're active on Twitter, therefore you have influence. This defines the 2021 NFT era. Like you posted GM for 300 days in a row and you are now influential. It's like, bro, I don't give a fuck about you. Being active on Twitter is a commodity. Okay? Being active on Twitter is a commodity. Being funny is a commodity. Shit posting is a commodity. Saying GM is a commodity. Being a reply guy. All these things are commodities. Okay? Having a P&L is not. Having a P&L is not. You can't just like replicate it. You could just like be funny on Twitter. You could funny your way into followers. You could not trade your way into followers unless you do it profitably and on-chain. This take fired me. Is such the death of soft influence. Okay? The death of soft influence is happening now. We're still in this transition period where non-users still have a voice, but eventually new entrants will not give a fuck about what most of them say. If you aren't providing alpha or playing in the arena, why would anyone care about what you say? This is why I think Michael Burry is such a like beautiful specimen of the world, and I'm so grateful for Michael Burry's existence on this earth. I think he's like what would FinTwit be without Michael Burry? Coins go up, Michael Burried. Coins go down, Michael Burry's a god. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth every single day. You need someone to post their positions, post their P&Ls, and actually trade. And this is the transition I think crypto Twitter has made. Some of it is made. Some of it is made. Frank got a couple of really good tweets. This is another one that fired me up, which is like, some of the best humans I've ever met in this industry have been in the trenches, but guy who made all of his money on 2021 DeFi yield Ponzi says all of them are scum of the earth and should KYS. It's great. It's great. It's the most separated I think CT has ever been, really. Ever been. 4-minute hold times is the most 2024 unk take I've seen all week. Also, you were clapping at Evans. I was surprised. I'm like, hold on. I like Evans, but yeah. I was surprised, Frank. I was. 4-minute hold times is the most 2024 unk take I've seen all week. Like all the top P&L wallets for the past few quarters have hit Asteroid, Cashcat, Ansem, VVV, Stonkbroker, FWA, Mars Coin, etc. This guy is smart, but also a dickhead who cares more about engagement than accuracy. Whoa, he replied. Ironic that you seem to get it, but still not get it. Also laughing right now because you click through 10 wallets and only one has hold time average above 3 days. Wait, let's watch the video. Wait, where's the video? Frank posted a video. Wait. Who's this? Wait, watch. It's showing average hold times. Change. Average hold time is what? 2 days, 23 hours. Nah, Frank stuck himself in there. Come on, bruh. Frank stuck himself in there? Ah, come on, G. Anyways, one day, 7 hours. Come on, G. 3, poor goat. 1 day. Dumb crayon eater. 9 days. That's not bad. 9 days. Avast. I didn't even see. Logjam. 2 days, 17 hours. 2 days. You get the point. Okay, let's see. You get the point. Evans, reply. Ironic that you seem to get it, but still not get it. Also laughing right now because you click through 10 wallets. Only one is an average hold time over 3 days. And the average is not median, which would be even worse. Either that or you get it, but disproportionately benefit from it for don't care. P.S. I understand very well how this all works and have played and won myself. Only with that knowledge, I can now realize how retarded it is. Frank, the goalposts always move. You said it yourself. You played the game and won. You're correct. That's what you do. Opine. I don't know this word. This is a new word to me.
Opine.
I say it right.
Opine.
Wait. Hold on. Sorry. This is a new one. How to pronounce opine. I hate, by the way, this video is going to piss me the fuck off because it's going to start the video and my headphones off. It's going to start the video and it's going to say, here's how you pronounce blank. If you want to learn how to pronounce blank, please watch this video. And I'm like, just say the fucking word for the love of...
You are looking at Julian's pronunciation guide, where we look at how to pronounce better some of the most mispronounced words in
just say it!
the world, like this other curious word. But how do you say what you're looking for today? Let's learn how to
bro, 15 seconds, dog.
pronounce this verb in English. Opine.
Oh my god, I had it right too. I had it right. I had it fucking right. I had it right. 22 seconds to say the fucking word. Also, Evan, I love your account. I think you're a really smart guy, even if sometimes a dick. Still, I don't think you have any interest, curiosity, and any positive side of the involving environment. I think you just said explains why. You won, you're done. Good for you. What is the positive side of encouraging people to participate in this? Whoa, I didn't see all this. Have you considered that people will choose to do this stuff, do it out of their own free will? Do you think people buy retarded dog coins? I'm allowed to say it if I read it. I'm allowed to read it. Thinking of it as an investment. You know what people did consider an investment? Luna almost a DeFi. Ah! Yes, Frank. I don't know if you know this, but I was involved in the gambling world professionally for 12 years before going full-time in trading. And besides that, I know plenty of people who bought dog coins IRL, including family and friends. There's a difference between participating yourself and encouraging others to participate publicly. For the record, I don't exactly know that Frank participates. I don't think that these traders encourage other people to participate publicly. They just participate publicly. Also, I hard-funded Luna and Ohm more than anyone pre-collapse, so feel quite good that the point you're trying to get across to justify your own path doesn't actually land here. Oh, fuck, Frank. There's a fucking sinker to the jaw. Every era has good and bad projects. These sweeping generalizations aren't useful in capturing real nuance. Also, when asked a direct question about the positives, you are unable to provide a single one. And instead resorted to whataboutism. Do you want to try again, or is that all? Oh, God. Frank. Yes, Evan. Oh, my God. I know you are very smart / great at risk. It's why I follow you. I know you don't like me, but I think you're great. Damn, Frank's like, fuck. All right, hold on. If you're asking what's the positive for any form of trading gambling, then as you know, there is no right answer. ... question mark. I can say I've seen dozens of normal people's lives change with my own eyes, but you'd retort by talking about negative externalities. Few people win, most people lose, and the house always wins. Same applies in all other forms of gambling. Do you think it's cool that a kid can get out his laptop, click buy on an Elon tweet, and pay their rent for the next few weeks? Yeah, I do. Do I understand that it means other people lose? Yes. If that makes it a horrible thing to support, I understand the POV. I'm simplifying for the sake of the tweet. Yeah, he's such a dick. I like him. He's such a dick. I'm not defending all countless bad things that happen. I think it's hilarious. I do think in a longer form discussion, you see there's a lot more fairness in the current state of on-chain than you think. Yes, you are correct. People will participate regardless of what you say and do. But we're talking about encouraging others to play, not the act of them playing alone. Juxtaposing gambling and trading isn't quite fair, since the latter does have a lot of real benefits. One, allowing people to freely transact at a fair market clearing price. Two, allowing people to use their savings to buy a share of the best companies in the world, who in exchange for that right of selling to the public must open their books. Fair points. I fully agree public markets are better in a bigger game. Unlike many of my peers on the app, I don't consider on-chain and equity trading comparable. I invest money in equities, I gamble money on-chain. Trading meme coins is closer to poker or sports betting than investing. The word trader just became the easiest term. The game is now more about guessing what others will gamble on. End of back and forth. You know, like, Evan probably won the debate, but like, what's the debate exactly? That on-chain trading is bad? Like, I don't really understand. Like, it's just like a steelman argument that's just like, what are you supposed to do with it? Okay, on-chain trading is bad. Now what? People lose in on-chain trading, and then what's the I don't even understand like, yeah, people lose. I disagree. Okay, well, I think they're bad. It's bad. It's like, okay. Yeah, the most raw form of capitalism in a public, open, immutable public free market on an immutable ledger for everyone to see in the entire world, where anyone can play cross-border, cross-finances, anything. Like, I don't know. It's bad. It's like on-chain as a concept is not bad. Maybe the things that people do there is like you don't like. But like, okay, that on-chain is bad also means tokenized stocks are bad. You know, I don't know. It's one of these arguments. It's sort of akin to the plumber argument. It's like, it's kind of like the plumber argument. It's actually such a, you know, I'm going to say this now after I made everybody mad and got millions of views out of it. It actually, it's like the most useless argument ever. There's no answer. There's no correct outcome to the plumber argument. It's just like a complete, like, whatever. Okay, cool. Trading used to be harder. Trading used to be easier. It's like, okay, now, so what? Also, I agree with you that holding a coin for 10 seconds is dying. I think in the era of no friction to deploy, the coins with friction are going to do well. I really do. Yeah, it's all moral relative. I like that. It's just like, I don't know. Here's the thing. This is what I believe. Here's my take. Like, I think how you feel. By the way, if Anthony Edwards played in the 80s, he would be a religious figure in the United States. But what's the point of that argument? I think how you feel about copy trading is an IQ test. Okay? How you feel about copy trading is an IQ test. And there's people that believe that copy trading is Cupsy rinsing copy traders is an infinite money glitch till the end of time. I think this is the Frank take. It's a really good one. It's like, no. The free market has decided that it is financially beneficial to copy trade Cupsy. Okay? Because that means there's money that is available to copy trade him. And if their money ran out, because i.e. he rinsed everybody, there would be no copy traders left, because there's no free lunch in this thing. There's no free lunch. I think the same thing is true with on-chain trading. It's like if everybody lost and it was not profitable, there's no money to be made, then nobody would trade on-chain. Like, why did everyone stop trading Forex? It's like, because it fucking sucks. That's why. It's fucking terrible. So, I don't know. I think on-chain I think it's pretty good right now. I think it's good right now. Also, you know what else I think is fucking good on this topic? Dude, if Anthony Edwards was born in 1960, he would be the leading religion in the United States of America. Look at Pump right now. Looks nuts. Look at this chart. It's actually nuts. Crypto looks decent right now. The only old head that would be good today is Wilt. If Goran Dragic was born in 1920, he would be the logo instead of Jerry West. He just would. He'd be the NBA logo. Goran Dragic would be the NBA logo. Pump 2870. I also just think on-chain is gonna get better. It's gonna get bigger. Like it. Okay, they asked me, threadguy, why do you think on-chain is hot right now? Like, why are meme coin volumes ticking up? That was the question. How do you even answer that? I thought about it for a lot of reasons. I have a couple answers. I think the first, I'll give you my take. You think about it. I think the first baseline is that it found a floor. Like, how bad it could get found a floor. And what I mean by that is, like, if there was ever a time for meme coins to die and to never be traded ever again, it was on October 11th, 2025. Like, if we were going to quit, it was October 11th, 2025, 12:01 a.m. That was it. That would be the day to never trade again on chain. If there was a death, it was that day. And so I think in a lot of ways, it found a floor and couldn't really get worse. I mean, maybe theoretically it could get worse, but I don't know how much worse it could get. Found a floor, and we just sat at nothingness for a long time. And so if you're at nothing and you uptick 1%, then you're there for hot again, right? To go from 0 to 1, even if out of 100, you're hot again. Just baseline reference, or at 0. So there's that first and foremost. Second is, I think tooling got a lot interesting. Narrative started to change again around like the social stuff. Traders going viral, the virality, the whole thing, kimchi, TikTok. Like, I don't know. The tooling just got really good. Tooling got really good. Cross chain stuff got really good. And so you're at a bottom. You're at a bottom. Cannot get worse. Infrastructure underneath gets better, which is nice. Then you get I don't know if this has really mattered yet, but you get, you know, like Fable. You could build anything, and DeFi gets hardened a little bit. So you get really good this, I guess that counts as tooling, ability to build new cool stuff or whatever. And then you get a catalyst, if you will, of Robinhood launches a chain and starts going hard. Cashcat, Vlad follow, like they're running the playbook. Robinhood chain, and then you get Anthem coins. So you get 2 9-fig runners back to back. And then everyone, I think at the same time that I did it, when I started shilling Pump, is like, wait. Hold on. Because 2 9-fig runners. You're like, wait, 2 9-fig runners? And then you take a look and you're like, wait. Pump's making how much? Whoa, hold on. What? They're making how much money every day? And everybody looks at the same time and is like, what? How? Because I don't think anyone looked for like 6 months. No one looked. There was a time when we would check every day on stream that we just like didn't look for 6 months. And then everyone looks at the same time and they're like, wait. These numbers are disgusting. And you look and you see how gross it is. And then you open this fees.pump thing and you see that yesterday they bought back $888,000. Not the Glades, but your Pump thesis was crazy. I mean, dude, it wasn't like God spoke to me in a dream and was like, PumpFun's about to go up. It was like, I saw the coins run and then I'm like, wait, hold on. Their DeFi llama looks like what? And I looked at it and it didn't make any sense. I'll show you what I looked at. I still have the tweet. I have the tweet. This is what convinced me to buy. Look at this. Yeah, by the way, feel free to glaze. Feel free to glaze me really hard if you would like. Not threadguy. Roll bit. I looked and I'm like, wait, this is DEX volume on Pump right now? It's going up? How? And so not to be that guy, but if you were to, you know, I think our stream is on the money, and so I am down to talk about this. If you were to chart this, you know, it is right here. It is 82% ago because we're just on. I don't know. We're on it. It's like if it's fucking SK Hynix or Mario 64, like we're sort of on it. And so PumpFun yesterday makes $888,000. The last time that's sorry times 2, 1.7. It's like when's the last time they made 1.8 million a day because they switched the buybacks? Is like, man, it's the most since a long time, brother. My God. January 30th. It's the most since January 30th, bro. January 30th this year. And so I look at these, I look at these stats and it's like, it's going, how did they make more money yesterday than 2 days ago? How is it going up? On what coins is it going up? Like, on what coin is it going up, bro? On what coin is it going up? I don't know. But I sort of just feel like on-chain, you know, I was such a vocal hater of on-chain for a while. And rightfully so. I was such a hater. I was vocally like, fuck this shit. And it just I feel like I found a bottom. So I don't know. Do you have a better answer for okay, so now you go to these combinations. You find a floor, you get a financial catalyst like a Robinhood type of situation. You get Anthem coin going really high and him out in full force. You get the trading, social trading thing like going really viral. And then we're basically set up for if there's anything decent to trade, people are down to trade it. Like I don't have like a one. And then so you know on the podcast, Hasib and they're like, okay, so it's just, you know, their argument back to me. And I sound like a meme coin moon boy, by the way, and you know that I'm not. If you watch me talk every day, you know I'm not a meme coin moon boy. The response back to me was like, you know, but there's no new money. So this is all retarded. Sorry. And if there's no new money in the next like 6 months or 12 months, everyone's just front running the new money that's coming. We think it's coming from Robinhood. I don't necessarily think that it is, but you know, it's 6 months ahead trying to front run the new money. If the new money doesn't come in 6 months, then everyone's going to just capitulate and it'll go back to zero. And I said, you know what? 6 months is a pretty generous timeline. I like my odds of new money coming on chain in 6 months from here. I like my odds of that. I really do like my odds of new money coming on chain in 6 months. For the fact, basically the take would be that there's one interesting thing over the next 6 months that gets new money on chain to trade. I like those odds. I like those odds. They're decent. They're decent odds. And if I get too deep into trying to like pinpoint exactly what it's gonna be, or then you go crazy. Fuck that. I'm not doing that. But those are decent odds. I don't hate those odds. And so again, I don't know how it's gonna play out. I don't think it necessarily helps that the stock market is this crazy. I mean, S&P's an all-time high. Look at this. Soxo's now up 6.5. Ethereum's up 4. Doesn't exactly help the crypto case. I don't know how much it hurts it, but it doesn't help. That like Nebius is up. I don't know what. Now they're actually retraced a bunch. What's leading? Shaw's is leading. Nice. SanDisk 6, Micron 6. Like things start moving like this, and it's like, geez. But I don't know. I think it's a good spot. So, anyways, that is the Frank debate. Just woke up. Then I missed roll call. No, I haven't done it yet. It's like, nah. That's the Frank debate. What do you think of the Frank debate? Does he sound how do you think he sounds? I think it's pretty good. Evan's a smart guy, by the way. Like he just is. He's a really smart guy. My favorite YouTuber dropped a new video, by the way. Let's watch it. Robotics. Unitree IPO is this month, by the way. Unitree IPO is this month. What is this? What is this podcast?
At one time, maybe 4 or 5 years ago,
This is your 2028 president, by the way.
I tried this thing called
Marco Rubio, you are the next president.
keto.
PumpFun new announcement. That's more important. What do we got? Call it rewards. Pretty cool. Call out takes a token you believe in and broadcasts it to everyone who follows you. If any user trades a token as a call out, you'll be paid out daily based on the volume generated by your call out. Your payout is calculated prorated based on we rank among other callers in the app. That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Where's Pump right now? I mean, I just think it looks so. Look at that, like the 4 hour, bro. It just looks so good. This and hype. Hype looks nuts. Hype looks fucking nuts. It really does. It looks good. It doesn't look insane, but it's ready to. Got to get above like 60, 61. Do you really think Rubio's gonna win? I feel like Trump wants Rubio to win so bad. Every cool thing Marco Rubio gets to do, every chud thing JD Vance has to do.
I did, at one time, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I tried this thing called keto. You've heard of this?
Yeah, keto.
Okay? And you just eat all this protein. And so you go through this massive withdrawal from sugar and carbohydrates for the first 72 hours. It was a near psychotic event for me.
It's true.
If I did this in this job, I would be, Mr. President, we must bomb, Paraguay. And it's like, why? I don't
What was that?
I don't know. I'm just really mad I haven't had any sugar. So the point is that you can't, it really is not as, I'm not against this diet. I'm not asking that we ban it. I encourage people to try it. I'm just saying it's not for everyone. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to say that, actually. But Vance is ticking back up. Rubio's like 13%. Look, I don't keep up super close with political candidates on either side because I'm just like, there's not that much to trade on of it. But all I know is what I see. And anytime there's a cool government thing to do, Marco Rubio gets to do it. Anytime there's a chud government related thing to do, JD Vance has to do it. It's like negotiations in Iran that they're obviously going to say no to, send JD Vance. Cool speech about Cuba that people are going to cheer for, send Marco Rubio. And this is just like the way it goes. He gets to do all the cool stuff. Vance does all the chud stuff. And they have to just accept it for what it is. I'm sorry. Are you pay $100K for Trump insider info? I think it's more, dude. There's like he has a lawsuit right now for this. Look at this. Trump Media says more than 10 customers have signed up, paying $60,000 to $100,000 per month for faster access to Trump's Truth Social posts. $100K a month? Dude, imagine you're paying for this. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Imagine you spend $100K a month for Trump posts quicker, and this is what you get. This is what you buy. This is what you're buying. For years, the vast majority of Americans have asked me to make daylight savings time permanent. You're just buying, like, he's actually tweeting a lot. Florida ready to vote Republican. This is the whole thing is ready to vote Republican? Holy sh! Every post. What is this? This is all in the last day, by the way. This is what you're paying for. Imagine your Jane Street like filtering through this right now. Dog, 100K. Imagine you get pinged like 4 a.m. and you have to wake up and it's this is what you see. Your phone buzzes at 4 a.m. and you have to see. You have to look because it's Trump, the Trump ping, and this is what you get on your feed. Brutal. Okay, my favorite YouTuber dropped a video. I want to watch it. 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 Was that Epstein in the golf cart? No. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, minus 100K exactly. 1.5.
Google DeepMind released.
My, it's too quiet. That's Palm Beach Pete. What happened to that guy?
Last week, Google DeepMind released Gemini Robotics 2, a crazy new AI model that can control a humanoid robot's entire body. In this demo video, they make robots walk, crouch, tie knots, screw in light bulbs, and even team up with other robots to clean up a room. On top of that, Silicon Valley startup 1X also just released its own crazy new demo of its Neo robot playing Xbox and opening Funyuns. And that can only mean one thing: the dream of owning a robot slave is finally upon us. But there's a big problem, because as fate would have it, last week, I spent a few days at MIT with actual robotics researchers, and I have some bad news. The people building and researching this stuff without the incentive to raise money think that a robot that can replace your maid is still 10 plus years away, and that's being hyper optimistic. In today's video, we'll break apart the humanoid robot hype and find out where the true frontier of robotics is as of today. It is August 11th, 2026, and you're watching the Code Report. 5 years ago, large language models wrote unusable garbage code, and diffusion models produced images like this. But today, after scaling up data and reinforcement learning to a ridiculously massive scale, these same technologies made source code nearly obsolete, to the point where Stack Overflow gets less than 1% of its former traffic, while video models can now generate content that's indistinguishable from reality.
What will computers be able to do in the future?
They'll probably do our homework.
And you would think that AI-powered robots should be advancing at the same pace. Any day now, we should have robot mechanics changing our oil, robot welders building our Teslas, and robot soldiers in every war, making all blue-collar work obsolete. We may get there someday, but the reality right now is that robots are nowhere close to threatening these jobs. And the demos you see from Tesla and other Silicon Valley startups are designed to generate hype and pump valuations rather than show you the true frontier of robotics. To find the true frontier, let's start by taking a look at Gemini Robotics 2.
For the robot, dealing with challenges of the actual physical world is borderline impossible.
The Gemini Robotics 2 system is actually 3 models, with the most important one being a vision language action model, or VLA. It takes inputs like camera pixels in plain English, then outputs motor commands to the robot's hardware. But what's special about this one is that it can run the legs, torso, arms, and fingers of a full humanoid robot under a single learned policy. And in Google's demos, we can see it do all kinds of impressive stuff with Aptronics Apollo 2 humanoid. But when it comes to humanoids, things like walking and doing backflips are essentially solved problems, while achieving the dexterity of a human hand is very much an unsolved problem. When you read the fine print of virtually any robot demo, you'll find that multi-finger dexterity success rates range anywhere from 0% to 90%. And that's a big problem, because nobody wants to buy a Rosie the robot maid who drops your dishes 10% of the time.
What are you doing?
This is the frontier right here, but realistically, these numbers would need to be well above 95% for a robot to make any kind of sense as a human
multi-finger dexterity
replacement. But why is this still so hard in the age of artificial intelligence? Well, during my recent visit to MIT CSAIL, I was able to play with all kinds of humanoids and learn how researchers there are also trying to build general purpose solutions that make these robots actually work reliably. When these extremely smart researchers told me that Rosie the robot is decades away from being a reality, it made me think of more of X paradox. The hard problems are easy, the easy problems are hard. Like AI can easily crush Magnus Carlsen at chess, but it still can't beat a 2-year-old when it comes to stacking blocks. And when you think about it, evolution has had 500 million years to optimize your sensory motor stack, while reasoning is just a new beta feature bolted on top. But from a technical standpoint, creating a policy for a robot is a much different problem than regurgitating some text out of an LLM. A large language model can spit out a set of discrete tokens, and it can take as much time as it needs to generate them, and nobody dies if it's not perfectly accurate. A robot, on the other hand, needs to emit continuous values like joint angles and torques, and stream them hundreds of times per second to dozens of different motors all working together in unison. If your policy is off by just a little bit, gravity will punish you by making the robot eat the floor.
What is QCOM, right? Qualcomm?
What? But a deeper problem is data. Large language models got smart by ingesting the entire internet and every book ever written, but for robots, a data source like that just doesn't exist. And the way researchers are trying to get around this problem is to create simulations or synthetic data. But basically, the idea is you let a robot use a flight simulator, and after a while, it should be able to fly a real plane. But researchers still aren't exactly sure how they should even be training these robots. And currently the big debate is imitation learning versus reinforcement learning. With imitation learning, a human teleoperates the robot so the model can clone its behavior. It's a simple idea, but very difficult to scale up. The other idea is reinforcement learning, where you just let the robot try to do stuff and have it learn through trial and error by giving it a reward signal when it does something good. This is how unitary robots learn Kung Fu, but RL is still not good enough for safe general purpose robots. Now, there's a bunch of companies and startups like 1X, Figure, and Tesla who have these crazy trust me bro demo videos, but you can't actually buy these robots, so nobody knows for sure if they're actually legit. If you're serious about owning your own robot slave today, your options are pretty limited. You could try to get your hands on the new Boston Dynamics Atlas, although Hyundai and Google already bought them all, so you'll have to be waitlisted, or you can get the Chinese Unitree G1 with a $13,500 entry point. You've also got Agibot in China shipping at scale, but the rest of the robotics field is much smaller than the hype actually suggests. And we might even get GTA 6 before we get humanoid robots in the kitchen. And that means there's a huge opportunity for software developers to write the code that makes these robots actually work. That's why you need to know about OmniGen,
Yeah. Let's see. No way this impacts RoboStrategy price, right? Oh my god, pump. Fucking coin. What's good, Darren? Darren Sharp, hardest hitting safety in the league. Oh shit. Darren Sharp, the most hardest hitting safety in the NFL. What about humanoid robots? GTA 6. Yeah, it looks decent. I'm not a huge humanoid robot hype guy, I'm not gonna lie. TG, I'm making a post and you're in it. Respectfully. Not AI, just a heads up. This is the teacher who quit his job. Dude, you quit? I said don't quit! You just unlocked a memory here, I'll show it to you. It's the Greg Jennings. Fuck, man.
My coworkers keep...
Darren Sharp, the most hardest hitting safety in the league.
Oh shit, Darren Sharper, one of the most hardest hitting safeties in the league.
So good. No, all seriousness, congratulations, brother. I'm rooting for you. I found you in June and knew I was on the right track. I'm rooting for you, man. Let's fucking go. Let's turn up. He lifted salary. That's a movie. Yeah, there was a guy. Oh, there was a guy this week we told not to quit. Different teacher we told not to quit. Sam, what's good? Thanks for the support. You and Razm with the truth. Type shit. I agree. Razm and I are the truths. This is pretty funny, by the way. Every problem white people have can be solved by just stopping some completely insane behavior they trick themselves into doing routinely. The problem with me starting to tip every time I get a coffee is that, like, I did it once, and then now I can't stop doing it. Like, it feels wrong. It feels deeply wrong in my soul to stop tipping. And so, I don't know. I spend $10 on coffee every morning. I'm not going to lie, because I tip. I tip. Josh Cushman, the biggest winner from the Lakers sale. His firm, Thrive Capital, has been a major investor with several liquidity events on the rise. He now has a vehicle that will legally allow him to save hundreds of millions of dollars in his personal income taxes. Whoa. If you could afford it, why not? My problem is I feel like they're not. And then, like, look, I lose all my money to tips, and then Malcolm takes my credit card and gift subs. It's like, it's insane. Thanks, Malcolm. Thanks, brother. I tipped you back. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's a tough spot. But I did it one time, and now it's a loop. It's a loop. Okay, is there anything else I want to say before I leave? Actually, what happened is I watched bro tip 0. Yeah, this did happen. I tipped 0 and he freaked out at me and I scolded him. What did I do? He had 500K on Zcash and he tipped 0. I just didn't. Oh my God. It's like the principle, man. I just like tipping for the cold brew though is nuts. Like, cause they don't even make the coffee. It's like a draft beer. It's like a draft beer, you know? It's like they pulled up. It's like they don't tip for that. Appreciate the love. It's going to be real, though. Like, I don't think a cold brew deserves a tip. I'm sorry. I don't. Like, you don't tip for draft beer. No, you tip for draft beer because it's alcoholic. And it's like tipping the barista to fuck up putting my lid on properly. Tipping the barista to give me one of those hard-ass lids that I can't fucking even put on. Tipping the barista to uncomfortably stare at me while I try to put the lid on unsuccessfully. It's brutal, man. It's fucking brutal. I just do $1 though. I just do $1. Can you get Alex Good on? Yeah, sure. Thread Max donated over 1K subs. We've never seen Thread take his top off, bro. He donates with my credit card. He's using my card to donate. It's like circular. It's like Nvidia. It's circular CapEx. He tips. He gives subs my card. Twitch pays me money for the subs. Then I deposit to my bank account. Then he tips more subs with my card. It's like a circular CapEx. It's like snake eats the snake. It's like OpenAI invest in Nvidia to use Nvidia GPUs. Nvidia invests in Oracle. Oracle invests in OpenAI. OpenAI uses Oracle compute with Nvidia GPUs, and we just like go around and around and around. And everyone invests in everybody with the same dollar. $1 is $3 of CapEx. How does that work? Well, we work together. If you do it together, this works. $1 is $3. Why? Well, because we're on a team. That's why. That's why. It's like clipping, yeah. I pay you to clip. You get a lot of views on my clips because I retweet them. You get a Twitter payout. You pay me back the payout. Then I pay you to clip. It's like this beautiful game that we play. It's very fun. It's very fun. Circular CapEx, my friend. You think we're at all-time high today because there's no more rate hikes? Probably, right? Charts are pretty gross. DRAM's now, oh my God, 5% now. Wow. How do you make sure Clippers pay you? I was a joke. They don't pay me back. They don't pay me. They get to keep the X payouts. DeFiLlama.com/equities. What do you got? Oh, whoa. Is this new? Who knew this existed? Is this new, my friends? Look at this. DRAM. Soxel's up 8, bro. My God. What's Shaw's? Dude, $73. Oh my God. Oil ripping too? Stop. Where? Where's oil ripping? Oh. Yeah. It's the everything bull market. Oil up, rates up, stocks up, crypto down, gold up, everything up except for Bitcoin. How about that? What if we just did that forever until everybody dies? TJ, what are you hooping at these days? I'm not, bro. I hoop like once a week. Nah, it's the low-key cap. I don't even hoop once a week. I hoop, I don't know, once a month. All right, I gotta leave in a second. Yeah, I have a mini hoop in my house. Oh, by the way, just to put on your agenda, we got a El Nino, worst one in 50 years. Wow, I've been watching TJ on YouTube for months, but I like this Twitch chat better. Woo! Guys, we have an El Nino on the horizon, worst one in 50 years. There was an El Nino 150 years ago, and 4% of the global population died. It was in Brazil, 1877. I'm not reading off a script. I just do my research. The last one that was this bad. There was another one 50 years ago that was pretty bad. But we are looking at the worst El Nino in 50 years. Okay, it's focused in West Africa. Chat, what does West Africa produce? What commodity does West Africa produce? Cocoa. 60% of the world's cocoa beans. West Africa. That's a problem. Okay, what is cocoa doing in response, my friends? It's doing this. Up only, brother. Up only. March to now, 102%. I have an El Nino segment. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow. All about it. I learned everything about El Ninos. Last one that was this bad was 1877. It mostly hit in Brazil, and 4% of the world's population died. Think about that. 4% of the global population died. 1877. Nuts. So, also, yeah, I walked outside to New York City. It's fucking hot outside. I don't know what the temperature is. It is hot as fuck outside today. Also, this is some like political shit maybe, but why is CVS allowed to text me on my phone number and tell me I should come get a flu shot? Why are they allowed to do that? It's crazy, man. I get the CVS text too. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. I don't know. CVS texted me to come and get boner pills. I didn't know they sold those. Do they sell those? CVS public? No, right? My God, it is. Should I have known that? It's worth $120 billion. Wait, why don't we just long CVS on the peptide trade? Whoa. Oh, hello. That looks great. I mean, bro, this is like how long is this consolidation? This is like, 4,300 days. If there's one thing I learned after gold is you do not fade a 10-year consolidation. That looks great. By the way, if somebody can please figure out what exactly is going on with the Cheesecake Factory thing, I'd be really appreciative of that. What's the why is Chili's and Cheesecake Factory? What's the deal? Oh, is that the elephant pattern? What stock was doing an elephant pattern the other day? I was looking at it. Was Maine was talking about it. What was Maine talking about? Fuck, I typed it in the chat. What was doing someone was doing an elephant pattern yesterday. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll go to Cheesecake Factory. I think the Bronx Zoo stock. Art Mommy. Was it ETH? Oh, it was ETH BTC. Yes. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Oh my God. Whoever just said that, I fucking love you. It's ETH BTC. Watch this. I'm going to show you. This is the most bullish pattern I've seen in a long time. It's rare nowadays you find an elephant pattern this, like. Oh my God. It's like perfect. It's like. What about the 3-day maybe? Oh my God. It's like the perfect elephant pattern. I've never seen one this direct. To break out of this is like. Okay, I'll show you what exactly I'm looking at here. I'll show you exactly what I'm looking at here. It's a very, very, very interesting one. A breakout of this, usually you see the water breakout. Okay, so what you want to see on the elephant pattern breakout is the cock and ball pattern. What you want to see on a breakout of the elephant pattern is you want to see the water bullets get filled. Okay, and so what this usually looks like is the trunk is right here, and then usually we'll go with, I prefer blue, but I'm kind of stuck on white. Let me see if I can change this to blue for the water. You know when they shoot the water out? Usually like these little water droplets get filled. And so your price target is usually on the 5th to 6th to 7th water droplet. And so the one I'd be targeting is probably this water droplet right here. We can go X marks the spot on the 6th water droplet. And so if you were to get a real breakout of the elephant pattern, you see here first, chop up, chop up. Usually it breaks out on the water droplet number 7, I would say. So what we'll do here is we'll flip the color of this to like green for TP. I'll delete that and then we'll zoom in really close to really like make this on the 7th droplet hit, and then we'll go like right here. X marks the spot. Droplet number 7. And so you can get a lot of TA from guys like Maine, but even his whiteboard class is really, really good. But there's not a lot of places that teach the elephant pattern. This is actually a threadguy exclusive to what I understand. Now, there's a previous coin that did do the elephant pattern and it played out really well, and that would be Jito. Let me give you a look at my expertise with the elephant pattern. That is this. So it didn't quite break out, but I'm aiming. I was a little bit novice in my drawings of previous elephant patterns, but I would be targeting droplet like right here, really on Jito, which is a big time pump. I mean, this has big potential. Like, so it started to break out, but it didn't really break out the way that you want. To be fair, I drew this like a little bit late. you know, because you could clearly see by the curve on the elephant pattern. Like I drew it when price was already like here, but ideally you would have liked it to go here. And if it was here, then drop number 6 would be right around here. But that's not where I drew it. And so you have to reshuffle a little bit. I drew it a little bit late, I think. But I would be thinking about drop number like 13, 14 right here is probably where I would look on the elephant pattern. So yeah, anyways, that's ETH BTC. That's a little bit of threadguy's TA school. And I yield my time. 8:30 a.m. every day. EST. I'm live. If you're on YouTube, please just watch on Twitch. If you're on Twitter, at least watch on YouTube. And I yield my time. Goodbye.